Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Still got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the rest. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride to the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen the rap on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live here on Friday, all right? It is Friday, the end of the week. I hope everybody had a blessed week, an amazing week. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have an amazing stream. You know why? You can see the title, all right? Let's build around Tua Tagovailoa, literally. Help me do it, Miami Dolphins Part 1. This is part 1. We're starting a new series, and this series it may be a long series, but I think it's going to be a really great series for all those who love the Miami Dolphins and love to hear about possibilities and potential decisions that should be made. Why am I starting this series? Because at the end of the day, everybody, whether you like Tua Tagovailoa or not, we need to face reality. There is a huge chance that Tua Tagovailoa will get an opportunity to be our quarterback for the 3rd season in a row. And if that opportunity is granted, I don't want to be on the sideline saying, no, get a better quarterback, and we don't, and then I don't know what we're going to do. We have to talk about all possibilities. We've already talked about upgrading the position. We've already talked about bringing in Watson, what we can do. We've talked about all these scenarios. But ladies and gentlemen, what we do here on TDPHINSTALK, we talk about all scenarios. So if Tua Tagovailoa is going to be granted the opportunity to be built around in year 3, let's build him a perfect team, because at the end of the day, if you're a Dolphins fan, you want to see this team win or have the best chance to win. No need to sit around and cry about what decisions were and were not made that you liked or didn't like. We got to talk about all the possibilities and the best thing that we can do going forward. So in this series, I'm not going to build around Tua Tagovailoa. We're all going to build around Tua Tagovailoa. We're all going to figure out what are the best options for him to get the most out of him. And you know why it's important? You know why it's important for us to do that and do it right? Because if we are going to move forward with Tua, it's important to make sure that we build the best team around him, because he'll either flourish or he'll either fail. Either way, if you do everything you can for him, at the end of the day, there'll be an answer, and we don't have to deal with the thing that has been hurting us the longest: excuses. We have to build a team where we remove excuses. And if he rises above that, we have our franchise quarterback. If he doesn't rise above that, there is no question we need to move on. So if we do, let me talk real quick to all the people who don't like Tua. You should be wanting to do this more than anyone, because if you get stuck with them, we're going to be Dolphin fans anyway. I think we've come to that conclusion to where we're going to be Dolphin fans anyway, right? So, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. This may sound crazy. I mean, we're going to have panels that's helping me do this. I'm going to be asked in the comment section, and we're going to do the entire rebuild of Tua Tagovailoa. And we are going to play general manager. So for all my haters, yes, I did say the word, we're going to play general managers, because my haters going to come, TD, I like you a general manager. Yeah, we're about to play general manager. That's the purpose of it. All of us are going to be general managers in our own right, and we're going to debate. We're going to talk about what are the best steps going forward to help Tua. And that sounds so fun to me. You know why? Because we're going to get people that don't want him to be the quarterback and people that want him to be the quarterback. And when we all got to talk about what it takes to help him, believe it or not, I think we'll all be on the same page. You know why? Because those who don't think that we can do it with them, they want to eliminate all the excuses and give them everything. And those who feel like we can do it with them, they want to give them everything anyway. So this is going to be amazing. This isn't just going to be your fly-by-night stream where we say, okay, we need a left tackle. Who should we get? No, we are going to go through every fiber, and we are going to take a process in this, okay, that's going to help us determine what the best course of action is. And once we've come up with the end conclusion, we'll sit back and see what the Dolphins do. See if they're even close. And then whenever they do what they're going to do, we're going to debate the similarities and we're going to debate the differences and whether it's going to make the difference for this kid or not. And I think that this is going to be a fun, interactive, enjoyable series building around Tua Tagovailoa. Now, if they come in, bring in their coach and go get another quarterback, okay. But I want to explore all the options. I want to look at every single opportunity, okay? I don't want to sit here and be pouting, oh, man, we didn't go get an elite quarterback, and now we're sticking with Tua. And I'm not going to be that pouting person, because we're still going to cheer for the team, are we not? We're still going to want to go win games, are we not? Yes, we are. So with that being said, let's build a great team with what we have right now until they change the circumstance, if that's necessary. We all don't know. We all believe. We don't know if he's the guy, and we don't know if he's not the guy. We believe he's the guy. We believe he's not the guy. So at the end of the day, let's continue going down this road. And the series, it has officially kicked off. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. So first and foremost, we're going to build a team around Tua Tagovailoa. But in order to build a team, and it's not just offense, this is a balance of offensive, defense, and what can help us contend for a Super Bowl. Build around him and have a great team. So the first step in building around Tua Tagovailoa, we need to first understand who we're even going to have on the roster next year. The first thing we have to do is understand who we are going to have on the roster next year. So what we're going to do is break that down. Y'all give me a second. I'm pulling something up. Give me one moment. And thanks for your patience. And hit that like button, guys. All right, let me pull this up so y'all can see it. All right, perfect. All right, share screen. All right. All right, share. Here we go. All right. So we already have a donation. Oh crap, I forgot. I was gonna tell y'all something. So dropping dime said, TD, can you confirm that Flores was fired because he farted in a meeting with Greer and Ross? One of sources told me thoughts. That's false. Dropping dimes. Y'all been saying that crazy stuff for years. Hey, y'all do me a favor today. I want to do something special. I want to do something special. I guess I'll keep reminding y'all. Let me put this in a let me put this on the screen. I want y'all to do me a favor today because the wife is off getting pampered right now. What y'all don't know is it's my wife's birthday today, okay? All right. So she's taking some time for herself, enjoying herself. And if you donate to the channel, don't donate to me today. Let me put this on the screen. Let me type it in. I want y'all, if you donate anything to this channel today, I want you to donate it to her Cash App and tell her thank you for all your support. That's all I want you to send her. Here it is. Let me put it on the screen. That's the Cash App. $ Heal D Glam. I want y'all, if you donate anything to this channel today, donate it to her. Because and the reason why I want to do that, y'all, is because y'all don't understand. When my wife is dealing with the kids and all of that, she's helping this channel out so much on the behind the scenes, helping us do bigger and better things. So listen, man, I want y'all to show her love. If you decide, I'm talking about if you were going to donate a message to me, I want you to send it to her Cash App and say thank you. Okay. So remember that. Okay. I want you to send it to her Cash App and say thank you. All right. So I just want to show her some love while she's out the house. I think that'll be pretty smooth if she's just getting bombarded by a Finn's family. I don't care if it's 50 cents. I don't care if it's a penny. It's really the message that I want y'all to be able to get to her, to let her know that you appreciate everything that she does for the channel. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't stream half the time that I do. Because we got 5 kids and them babies, they take a lot of work. So I want to start there. So please, I know y'all still probably going to donate to the channel, but I'm just going to probably promote that every 30 minutes because I want her to just feel special today in any way that I can, because I'm already going to do my part making her feel special. We got a day planned tomorrow. So that's all I can say. All right. No Venmo. I don't think she has Venmo. I know she got PayPal, but I don't know her PayPal. I know her Cash App, but I don't know her PayPal. So sorry. And if you don't have Cash App, go the link is in the description of my video. You can sign up off of that link and get a free $5 just from signing up. If you sign up on Cash App, you get a free $5 off of the link. All right. So I figured I'll throw that out there. Don't send me any donations. I know people still probably are, but if you want to send a donation, send it to hers. Because I just want her to be flooded and feel special today and feel great. All right. So I think that'll be pretty cool. But we'll see. All right. Anywho, let's continue with the series. All right. So, in order for us to understand how we're going to best build around Tua Tagovailoa, I think one of the most important things to begin with is making sure that we understand who's even going to come back on this team. What is our team going to be? What is our team going to be regardless? All right, let me put this at 200%. All right. What is our team going to be? Okay. So, first and foremost, quarterback. All right. Let me put these all in the center. All right. Let me center them. All right. QB1. All right. We already know that's going to be Tua Tagovailoa. All right. We got Tua Tagovailoa, QB1. Okay. Let me make all of these center as well. All right. QB2. Okay. Now, this is where we already have a dilemma, ladies and gentlemen. QB2. Are we okay continuing with Jacoby Brissett, or should we be in the market for an upgrade at a backup quarterback position? Yes or no in the comment section. And by the way, special shout out to all of the Twitter viewers. We got Twitter link now. So we're live on Twitter right now. So we're going to grow that platform. Hit the like button. We are live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. So we are live. All right. So I need your help in the comment section. Let me know right now. Are we upgrading at that position? Oh, I can hear myself on Twitter. Let me type hello and see how it comes across. I said hello. Oh Lord. Let me see if it pops up for me. I'll see if it does. Hold that 230 just joined. So it looks like everybody wants a backup quarterback. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put that in question mark. And this is how we're going to determine what we're going to need on this team. We need us a backup quarterback. Now, let's go back. Let's go to the RB room, running backs. What do we think about our running back room right now? We know that we're pretty much probably going to carry 4 running backs. Y'all let me know if I'm mistaken or not. And y'all help me out because my wife is calling real quick. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one of y'all donated. Y'all give me a second. Hello?
What did you do?
What do you mean?
What did you People are cash tapping me.
For real?
Yeah.
Why?
Wish me happy birthday.
Okay, it's your birthday. Aren't people supposed to? I mean, your family and friends cash out people sometimes.
No, your channel did.
Huh?
Your channel did.
My channel?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Everybody, the people that are watching you right now.
Are you watching?
No. Well, I wasn't. I just watched. I just tuned in to say thank you.
Oh,
I'm like shocked. Y'all have me crying. Tell everybody I said
you ain't crying. Stop that craziness.
No, I'm serious. And that just shook me. I was like, what is happening here?
Oh,
that was so amazing. I'm in tears.
So you can pay for your own dinner tomorrow night.
I can actually.
Oh, well, that's sweet of them.
So much. They just made my entire day.
Wow, that's sweet of them.
And Tia sent me flowers and wine that I just got.
Wow, are you enjoying your birthday?
I am. I just picked up some flowers and wine and cake that Tia ordered for me.
So we're gonna celebrate early, but we're supposed to celebrate tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my day has just been made. I just love them so much.
All right, bye. I'm streaming. Ain't nobody worrying about your day.
I love them.
Everybody says happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you guys. I love you all.
Love you too, baby. They love you too.
Bye.
All right, bye. For all those who sent her something, thank y'all so much, man. Y'all gonna make for a really good OnlyFans episode tonight. But anyway, all right, man. Let's keep it going, man. Like I said, any donations that you want to send to this stream today to show appreciation, don't do it. Send it to my wife and tell her that you appreciate what she allows me to do day in and day out on this channel while she's watching the kids sometimes. All right. But anyway, man, let's get back to work. That's why I got the Cash App at the bottom of the screen, just in case you want to participate in showing her some love on her birthday. Yeah, we getting old. But anyway, let's keep it going, y'all. Running back room. Let's get into the running back room. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. The running back room is really a tricky situation because everybody's sold on Duke Johnson because we've had 2 games where I think he rushed 100 yards. And like we're just sold. Is that enough to just be sold on a guy? I mean, I'm just saying, y'all. Listen. I'm trying to be critical because we want to build the best team possible. I like Duke Johnson. I think he belongs as one of our running backs. But should we just be sold automatically? Is that what we should do, or do we still need to go get a really good running back? I mean, who's RB? Well, let me ask this in the comment section. Yes or no? Do we have a RB1 in the room right now? That's the better question. It's not whether or not Duke should be here. It's whether or not do we have an RB1? Yes or no? Hurry up and let me know in the comment section and we'll figure this out. Do we have an RB1? Yes or no in the comment section? No. Maybe Lindsay. No. We get that in the draft. Oh, okay. This is interesting to me. Yes, Duke. Yes. And you know me, I'm an overall consensus guy. Yes, but we need 2 of them. That's a good answer. So I'm going to say that I'm going to put a question mark for RB1. That's what y'all giving me. Or RB2, however you want to look at it, right? Now, who's RB2? Is Duke Johnson the leader in the room right now? Lindsey, Gaskins, tell me right now, who's RB2? Because we may need 2 more running backs, but let's just go off of the fact that we got some good, decent ones that do good things. Who's RB2? Put it in the comment section. Y'all even mix Dukes, Lindsey's. I roll with that. Duke. I think we got Johnson, D. Johnson, Duke Johnson as the number 2 right now. And obviously it looks like Philip Lindsay. I don't know if it's AES, AE. And then RB4. Are we good with Myles Gaskins? I think so, right? He was all we had. But when we talk about RB4, that's a good RB4. Am I wrong here? Yes or no in the comment section. Shout out to the homie and Damien. Ain't seen you in a minute, man. What did he say? He said, we honestly don't have a true number 1. So I'm glad I put that question mark. But who's RB4? Are we good with Myles Gaskins? Bowden or Dokes? Well, I think Bowden is gonna be flexed out at the receiver. Dokes. Oh, so y'all would take Dokes over Gaskins right now? Now there's certain things I'm not gonna allow y'all to do, though. I ain't gonna allow y'all to do stuff like that. Now we got to make sense of it. Because if that was the case, then Doak should have been brought up this year. And yeah, when we had some injuries, he was, but come on. So I think Gaskins is RB4. And they'll bring in some competition. And if somebody makes some moves in camp, we can go with that. But I think we'll have a good foundation. And if anybody beats out any of these guys, we still already got them, right? So this is where I think we'll be with this right now. And I think guys like Bowden and stuff, they're going to be more like receiver, wildcat, jet sweep, and all of that, taking more of that Albert Wilson role and those things. All right. Just my thoughts. All right. Now let's move forward to another unit, y'all. Wide receiver. Okay. And I don't subscribe to that wide receiver 1. There's 2 wide receiver 1s. One is on the right side and one is on the left. That's how I've always looked at it. And then I hop straight to wide receiver 3. Okay. Wide receiver 4. Let me see. Now this is going to be the interesting room that we got to figure out. Wide receiver 5. Do y'all remember how many we held on the roster this year on the norm? Let me know in the comment section because my brain ain't fresh on this. How many did we typically bring into the regular season this year? On the depth chart. Was it 6? Was it 7? Let me know in the comment section. All right. I think I had a donation. I don't want to skip out on nobody and not read their contribution to the channel. All right, yeah. The donation said, "Fins up, TD. Great show as always. Thanks, Damien. I appreciate the love, man. Again, Damien, I know that's probably what you're gonna send, but anybody who want to send a donation, send it to the Cash App, Heal D Glam. I just want my wife to be bombarded today with love, man. So if you're gonna show me love, skip me. Please pass it on to my wife today for her birthday. She's already probably just cheesing and just smiling at the love right now. So thank everybody who's sending donations in to her. Thank y'all so much, man. I just want her to just keep on feeling good for the day, man. It's important because y'all don't understand. Y'all know TD, you be live a lot. TD be putting that work in. So think about the work she putting in. You know, think about when I'm live and she dealing with the babies. And it's work, man. So I appreciate everybody showing her love. All right. So it was 7. That's what I figured. Wide receiver 7. It was 7 we had this year. 6 wide receivers, 4 tight ends. Let me see. What was our depth chart? I don't know why I'm tripping. Why don't I just pull up Miami Dolphins depth chart? I guess that'll make it easier, right? I'm tripping. All right. Miami Dolphins depth chart. Wide receivers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now remove those 2. That's 9. Remove those 3 that's on IR at any given moment. And that puts us at 6. So we usually run 6 active and 4 tight ends. And sometimes we'll go 7 active receivers and 3 tight ends. Just depending. I don't know. No, 4 tight ends. Yeah, you're right. Ethan Carter was active. So 6 and 4. Because we had guys on IR. And if we didn't have guys on IR, some of these guys would have been pushed down to the practice squad. So 6 and 4. So let's go 6. We're going to go 6 wide receivers, and we'll get into the tight ends after that. Tight end 1. Tight end 2. Tight end 3. And tight end 4. So let's start with the wide receivers, okay? As of right, all we have to do is go off of right now. As of right now, we have Jalen Waddle. Okay. Jay Waddle. Who else? I mean, who else is gonna be here next year, ladies and gentlemen? I'm trying to tell y'all Parker is going to be here, man, whether you like it or not. We only saved like $3 million if we moved on from Parker. And and we still got to pay him almost $6 million. So he's gonna be here, in my opinion. And maybe you trade him, but right now Parker's going to be here, y'all. But here's what I want to do for the sake of what we've all been trying to do. I want to put Parker at WR4. D Parker, okay? Because everybody keeps saying we want some tight receivers. Now, we can move them up if we have to, if we only getting one good receiver, and we'll see. All right, so that's a start. We got another donation. Shake Money said, send this to Hillary. I have too many apps as is. Sorry, LOL. It's all good, Shake Money. I appreciate the love, man. I'll make sure she knows that you sent love. Let me put that down, Shake Money. $6, because YouTube take 40% of everything. So I'll make sure she knows she got $6 coming to her from Shake Money or whatever. But if you can do it on the Cash App, they don't take money like that. YouTube take 40%. All right. So send her love. If you got too many apps, that's fine. You can send it this way as well. Salute to you, man. All right, so let's get in. So we got Waddle and Parker. Whether we like it or not, I think that's what we're going to starting base. Who on this roster right now is going to be a receiver here next year? Who on this roster right now is going to be a receiver next year? Put it in the comment section. You tell me what you think. Who on this roster at the receiving position right now is going to be here next year? Mac Hollins, I'm going to put him at the bottom of the list. I agree. He might have brought his stock up a little bit. M. Hollins. Oh, caps all messed up. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. Hollins. All right. Anybody else? Isaiah Ford. Y'all got to stop that mess. It's not going to be, y'all forgetting Bolden. Lynn Bolden. That's the secret weapon they put on the shelf for IR that I don't think they needed to. They were just preserving him. They were preserving him. Trust me, he's a part of the future, y'all. He is a weapon that you want to tap into that, to what he has. Anyone else? Hearns? I don't think so. And if you are talking Hearns, you're making room for what? One more receiver? Kirk Merritt? You see, remember, we're building around Tua. These are the same receivers everybody's complaining about. So if we're building around him, why are we filling up all the spots? Somebody got to go, right? Somebody has to go. And Kirk Merritt went to New Orleans, by the way. Yes or no? We should just leave it right where it is right now. And we should be in the market for 2 more receivers. Yes or no? Or should we add somebody here to the list to get another person? Do we need to add an Albert Wilson? Do we need to add a Fuller? I'm just saying, should we leave it right here? I think so. But I told y'all I want y'all to help me build this team together. Yes, okay, I think that's fair. We'll leave it right here because we want to know what we need, what holes we want to fill. Okay? Now, tight end number 1. I have to, by default, put a question mark, open parentheses, and put Gesicki, which means we can't count on it because he's not under contract. So, in other words, we need a tight end 1, and we already have an option in-house, so I'm going to put Gesicki, but that's a need. So, I got to put tight end 1 as a need. So that gets a question mark as a hole we need to fill, even if that hole is filled by Gesicki. It's still a hole that needs to be filled in the rebuild and goes against our salary cap. Now, do we need to be in the market for an additional tight end outside of Gesicki or one that we'll go get? Or do we already have enough tight ends on the roster? So I'm going to go down the list, okay? Are we going to retain Durham Smythe next year? Yes or no in the comment section. Yes or no in the comment section. Do we retain Durham Smythe? I think that we're going to end up retaining him, but I want to hear from y'all. I'm getting a lot of yeses. I don't even know how to spell Smythe, but I'll look it up in a second. Smythe. Oh, just the E at the end. That's what I was missing. All right. Durham Smythe. We got him. Next up, are we going to retain Adam Shaheen? Yes or no in the comment section. Are we going to retain Adam Shaheen? Yes or no? And we're going to now understand in part 1, we're going to fill up the offense. Then we're going to have a live conversation where I bring some of y'all in where I only want to hear some of your disagreements. and make a case of what if there's anything on here that needs to be changed. So we say Adam Shaheen, no. Okay, we put a question mark. Let me center it. Let me put Shaheen there. So we need to fill that position. He's not under contract, but we don't think that we're going to re-sign Shaheen. You know what? Let's just keep him off. We say we're not going to get him. Okay. Tight end 4, Sethan Carter. Are we going to retain Sethan Carter? Yes or no? I don't know why I didn't do this anyway on a guaranteed contract. Hunter Long. I don't think he'll go 2 years of being on the practice squad. That would be a failure in my eyes. So we're going to put him in. And Sethan Carter, we're getting a lot of no's anyway. So here we go. We got our tight end. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes that we need to fill with our money, with the money that we have. Okay. Tough on Carter, good on special teams. I agree with that, but hey, we'll see. We'll have that conversation when we get to debates. Okay, are you good, TD? Carter sucks. Well, hey, there we go. Shaheen is under contract. Okay. Well, we're actually going to explore those things. That's the next step, actually going through the people that we didn't keep on the team and looking at their contracts of how much we'll save and if we're going to have to keep them anyway. I just know Parker's contract, so I put it on here. So good observation on Triple S Podcast. We're going to go through everybody we didn't select when we finished the O-line. We're going to go through everybody who was on this team and look at their contract situation and see if we can actually ignore them like that, all right? Okay, now let's get to the meat of it all, okay? Left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, O-line, O-line, O-line. Because this is typically how it works. Your backups. We don't know where that'll be, where they'll want the depth from, but we're talking starters to begin with, and then the additional depth. And usually we run 7 offensive linemen. Let me verify that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Robert Jones is 6. Greg Mance is 7. Solomon Kinley is 8. Those guys were on IR. Larnell Coleman IR, Greg Little IR. And Panky was 8. But some of these guys, because Greg Mance, did he finish the season with us? I don't remember. Yes or no in the comment section. Y'all got to remind me, did Greg Mance still on the roster or did he get cut? I just don't remember. I remember one of the Baltimore centers we moved on from and then went and got Mance, I thought. Is he still on the roster? Yes or no? I think he is. Because we got a lot of old linemen if this is the case right now. Yeah, he's still here. I'm tripping. Not under contract, Greg Mance. Okay, well, I ain't going to add him. So I'm about right. 8 guys on the O-line. You're pretty much going to probably do 9 guys. But we'll see. We'll just start out with 8 and we'll see if we came up with 53 guys when it's all said and done. All right, so here we go. Here's the game. Here's the game of it all. This is where it really gets interesting. Do we feel like we have a left tackle on the roster right now? Yes or no in the comment section? Because I can't just start out with Eichenberg or Jackson because Eichenberg might move to the right side next year. But do we feel like we have a left tackle with anyone right now on this team? And that is not Tua's blind side. So you don't need the best of the best there. Do we have a left tackle on this team right now on the left side? And is that a position that everybody? So since I already got all the no's, stop saying no now. Now tell me, are we going to find us a good left tackle in free agency? Yes or no in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. We need to know if I'm putting a question mark here or not. Yes or no in the comment section. Are we going to find us a right tackle? It looks like yes. So the question mark is in. Do we have a starting left guard on this team right now? Yes, no. Yes or no. Or one that you believe can be a great left guard. And when you put yes or no, put G next to it so I know guard and you still not answering the tackle question. Because I want this to be interactive. I don't want to just go off of my answers or get it wrong. So y'all say yes, yes at the guard position. Okay? All y'all saying yes at guard. Who? Who? Give me the names. What guard on this team right now are you going to feel just fine moving forward with Tua Tagovailoa to take care of him? No. Y'all forgive me. I'm not talking about the right side. We're on the left side. We're at the left guard position. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put Robert Hunt in the right guard position because that's the only one I think nobody would object about right now. We're talking about left guard right now. Left guard. Solomon Kinley, the guy who's a backup, he couldn't hang out there with the rest of those new guys. Is that what y'all want Tua to have? I mean, that's up to y'all. And if you don't like Tua, please be fair. I want you to act like this is Deshaun Watson. No, don't act like Deshaun because you probably want less because you know he'll do more. I want you to act like this is, Derek Carr, who ain't mobile to me, but you building around him. Kinley has so much potential. Kinley was good, though. Not sure what happened with him this year. You don't have a left guard on the roster with enough functional strength. Kinley did have a strength issue because he was getting pushed back sometimes. Can't move on from Jackson. You can't move on, but he can sit on that bench. What are you talking about? We talk about our starters here right now. We talk about who you want to start in front of Tua. Because we don't want anybody to say Austin Jackson is so terrible, he's still screwing Tua up. We want Tua to get everything around him or build the best team that we possibly can. So that's what we're talking about right now. Jackson and Kinley at left guard. So are y'all saying it should be a competition with what we have? Because we can go the approach. You don't need all great linemen. We can let that be a competition. And if Jackson ends up being the best or Kinley ends up being the best, you plug him in. But it still may not be favorable, but that's what you do. Because we're going to have a better left tackle next to him or whatever it may be. We could think about it that way too. That's a good way to look at it, right? So we're going to say competition. So what I'm going to do is put competition there. And we're going to automatically come down here and put Austin Jackson. And, oh, man. We're going to put them as the alternates and Solomon Kinley. So what we'll need to do in that facet as well is add a O-line here because we're still going to need another one for depth. But knowing that, let me bring it to the middle. Y'all give me a second. We'll know that this competition one is, we're going to put it in yellow because we got somebody on the roster, but we got to look at the reserves to determine who it'll be so that we don't add a new person there, okay? But one of those guys will make it up there, so we'll add another one, okay? So I think this is fair. This is the best way to do it for right now, okay? Center, are we good with Dieter? Yes or no? Dieter for center next year. Yes or no? Michael Dieter for center next year. Dang, I am shocked I'm getting these no's. I'm starting to get some yeses. Competition. But I'm getting a lot of no's. He has improved, but has his improvement been enough? We're talking about building around Tua Tagovailoa. Because so far, y'all making it seem like we're a left tackle away from being okay on this O-line. At least so far. We'll see what we look like at the right tackle position. Whether it's free agent or draft, do we need a new center that we don't have on the roster right now? Yes or no? This is going to be the last vote. Flood the comment section with your answer. Yes or no? Do we need a new center that is not on the roster right now? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. We need a veteran. Yes. Yes. T. Rich, to an ear, said no. Color said no. Who see that's why I like this exercise. We got a Tua near saying no, and Color saying no, who doesn't believe in Tua being the guy. This is what it's about. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, I know both of those two guys' views. We all know how T Rich is about Tua, and we know what Color thinks about Tua. And if two of the most critical people for their side says no, the answer is no. And it looks like we got our center. But if we got our center, do we have our center, or is it competition? Is it Dieter or is it competition? Because who else is on this roster that's competition, Mance? So I guess put it in the comment section. Is it Dieter or Mance? Yes or no in the comment section. Because I'm going to say no, we don't need one. Because we also need to think wisely of, even if we needed one, is it worth it based off of all the other needs and the money that we have? Could we survive with it, with Tua? In my opinion, I guess it's time to get my opinion. I think we could survive with Dieter. Is it the ideal? No, but based off of the other needs, you can't have everything your way in this free agency. It's already going to be tough. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already determined on offense. We haven't even got the defense. We've already determined we got to spend money on a backup quarterback. We need another running back to go with those guys. We need 2 receivers. We need a tight end, and that may not be an expensive one we may need 2 tight ends depending on what we do with Gesicki. We need a left tackle. It's not going to be cheap. So don't want to replace everything if something is at least decent. So I got to say we'll stick with the center, and right now I'll plug Dieter in, okay? I think that's fair. Now, when we open it up to have debate, make your case. Make your case, because once we finish this offense of who we have, I'm only going to allow people on who wants to argue why something on here needs to change. So remember that when it comes to Dieter, you'll have your opportunity to, don't come on trying to agree. Don't come on trying to just hang out. We trying to get work done here. All these reasons people putting in the comment section right now, Dieter can't stay healthy. When I drop the link and we finish this, tell me what your issue is with this list, and we'll talk about it. We're going to figure this out together. And we're going to ask the people, did you make a compelling enough case to, make the change? So right now we're going to add Dieter. We're going to keep Robert Hunt at right guard, okay? Now, do we have a right tackle on this team right now? Yes or no? Before we get into players, do we have a right tackle on this team right now? Yes or no? Do you have a right tackle on this team right now? I'm shocked I'm getting all these no's. I thought that y'all would have said yes. So y'all don't have any faith that Eichenberg going to his natural position on the right side? Y'all do understand he was out of position this year on the left, right? Y'all have no confidence in Eichenberg going to his natural position on the right side? Yes or no? I have to be honest with y'all. This is a dilemma. Eichenberg might have that spot and we might pencil it in. And when we open it up for debate, plenty of people will talk about it. But that's his natural position. But here's where the issue is. It's a debate whether he can become good enough, because that's Tua's blind side. That's the one that you don't even want to question about. We already say we need a new left tackle. At least Tua can see what's coming over there. But on the other side, you want the best right tackle you could have for a lefty. Hold on, I'm wrong. Eichenberg was a natural left. Oh, my bad. That's on me, y'all. Please forgive me. Thank y'all for correcting me. That's why I say we're going to do this together. So if Eichenberg was a natural left, then we might really be in trouble. Because I guess it doesn't matter you switching to the right, because he wasn't great at the left. He wasn't horrible, but he wasn't great. Oh, so I'm sorry. I might have to put L. Eichenberg. We're talking about building around Tua, right? Getting this right. And I'm going to put a question mark right here. Look like he going to be competing to start next year. Because they can put him back at left. That means we ain't upgrade. See, this is the point I'm trying to make, y'all. If they put him back at the left side of the line, then already it looked like we may not be upgrading this line. You put him at the left. Jackson or Kinley is at the left guard. Dieter is at center. Robert Hunt is at guard. And if you do replace the right tackle, which is likely, everybody feel like we're not one lineman away from fixing this whole line. So what really changed? So I'm going to put 2 question marks, and these are your guys competing for a position. And then we got one more backup position of competition. Anybody else on this roster right now who's going to be competing for a position that y'all know of? Let's go down the list. Is Robert Jones, Greg Mance, Adam Pankey, Larnell Coleman, who was a draft pick, are in it, Greg Little? We still got to go look at contracts to see who's under and who's not. Any of those guys going to be competing for that last spot? And I'm going to tell y'all now, it's probably going to be Robert Jones. Let me see what y'all say. Put it in the comment section. Who you got? Oh, a lot of y'all already saying Robert Jones. Robert Jones. Okay, well, let's not waste our time. Robert Jones. Well, R. Jones. I don't know. R. Jones. Let me go back. Sorry, y'all can't even see. I need to do better with the size. Let me go view. Let me bring it back down to at least 150. And let me move it up. Okay, y'all can see. It's just I'm in the way, actually. So let me come over to the side. Maybe that'll be better. All right. So I think we just finished the offense. But before we're done, we got to do the boring part. And y'all bear with me. We're going to do it together. Because I told y'all we're going to build this situation. We're going to build this thing together. We're going to build this thing together. Okay. Now we have to go through and look at freaking contracts, man, to make sure that a guy can be moved on from. So first and foremost, let me pull up Spotrac so that I could just make it easy. Spotrac. Let's start with QB2. If I'm not mistaken, I know Jacoby Brissett is not under contract next year, but let me verify, make sure no restructures that snuck up under us come up. Jacoby Brissett, we want to make sure that we can move on from that position. Because some of these players we didn't include on here, we got to take a look at their contract and see if that's really the case. All right, Brissett is an unrestricted free agent. Running back 1, we know we need one. We're not really replacing anybody unless you want to talk about Patrick Laird or something, but I think his ship is sailed. Wide receiver 1, Albert Wilson. I want y'all to, we're going to go through the wide receivers. Make sure that they have no money for next year. Okay. And let me share my screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me share my screen so we're doing this together. I want y'all to feel like I'm just share screen, Windows, Chrome tab. All right, share. All right, so we're gonna operate now. Let me bring this over here. Y'all give me a second. All right, there we go. All right, so Albert Wilson, his contract situation, he's an unrestricted free agent. Cool. Now, next guy in the receiving core, I just gotta cross them all. Isaiah Ford. Make sure that we didn't offer no money there that we don't know of. Isaiah, probably spelling it wrong, Lord. AIA. Oh. All right. Make sure we ain't offer him no money past this year. Oh gosh, it's taking so long. All right, Isaiah Ford. All right, he's not under contract either. Cool. All right, who's next? Let me close some of these windows. Mac Hollins, let me pull him up because we still need to understand his contract situation because we want to make sure that he's under contract next year to be adding him on because you still might have to pay him. And his value just went up a little bit. So Mac Hollins, gosh, see, that's why we do this, y'all. Mac Hollins is an unrestricted free agent. He's not even restricted. Any team can offer him a few bucks and come in and snatch him too. That's why we doing this, y'all. So now I got to put a question mark next to Mac Hollins' position because that $70 million doesn't even include him. You see why this is important? Let me go down to Mac Hollins and put a question mark because he's not even counting against the cap in that $70 million. And I think he's earned an opportunity to get a raise being a team captain. And let me see, how much was he making on top of that? Let me go back and y'all bear with me because I'm working through multiple screens right now. How much was he even making? So he basically made $1 million this year. He made $1 million. And I'm sorry, y'all. See, it's stuff like this. Mac Hollins didn't do much, but for what he did, no, don't say peanuts because you're forgetting this is how much he made. But how much can he make now? Will a team say, hey, Mac, we got 2.5 for you? It makes a difference. Hey, Mac, we got 4 for you. We actually like what we saw. You're a nice complimentary receiver. Mac, we got 6 for you. Y'all will be surprised. He made $1 million here, and to be unrestricted, we might not even be able to retain him. So we got to keep that in mind. So we're going to put that question mark on Mac Hollins. Ain't that funny? We making our list and we picking guys that we ain't even got under contract. Somebody said not for 6. I agree. I think he's going to be around the $3 million range. If somebody really needs a solid 4th option, because y'all got to understand, Mac Hollins is a 6th option that played 4th option for us because of injuries, but he raised his stock in that to at least become a 4th option. And a nice 4th option can make 3 to 4 million, maybe even 5, depending on the team that's gearing up. Somebody said inflation, people, real words. Somebody, Color said he'll get 8 from a few teams. At a max, I say 6, Color, because it's still a small resume. The resume is small. A resume is small. At a max, you'll get a team pushing 6. I get the inflation, but to come from 1 million, I think more people will be between the 3 to 4 range, so he can get a max of 6. And I think a team shouldn't do that. But, inflation, there are teams that would. So in a team captain, it does go a long way, y'all. He was one of the captains voted on by his peers. Oh, the wife in here, she said, you guys have made this the most amazing birthday. Thank you. Oh, that's what's up, baby. Get home soon whenever you're done. Love you. Now get out our chat. It's for Dolphin fans, not Cowboys, unless you want to be converted. We'll have a ceremony right now converting you. Come on down to the altar. Oh, man. Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. So let's keep going down this depth chart, man, because this is why we got to do what we got to do. We got to know everybody's situation. And you know why I love this stream? And I'm going to take a little pause to just talk real quick. This is the stuff that educates you. These are the streams that give you the information you need to understand what's really going on in your team. We can sit here and talk about, Mac Hollins, but now the whole Mac Hollins conversation changes, don't it? The whole Mac Hollins conversation changes, don't it? You think we're going to have money to be giving him $4-5 million if we're going to be building around Tua? Something to think about. Or do they view him as a vital piece for Tua? Familiarity, all of that. I mean, these are conversations we're going to have. These are the conversations we're going to have. 70 million look like a lot until you start going through and seeing where your holes are and who's signed and who's not. Interesting. I told you, classes in session. Way to educate, TD Fins up. Appreciate that, Donald. Always love your insight, man, and your thoughts on these type of streams. All right, let's keep going, man. Something told me, let's check Mac Hollins, because most of these guys at the bottom of the depth chart be on 1-year deals. Let's make sure. So there we are. We already know Will Fuller's situation, but let me make sure there were no crazy restructures. Will Fuller. Let's just make sure we double checking, man. We didn't think about that with Mac Hollins. Let's just double check. All right, Will Fuller. All right, he unrestricted. Look at that. Got paid $10.6 million pretty much. Ain't that a shame, y'all? Ain't that a shame? Boy, oh boy. Will Fuller got us. Anyway, let's keep it going. Let's go back to the depth chart. Who else we got at wide receiver? We already went through all of these guys. We went through Albert Wilson, Isaiah Ford, Mac Hollins. Now we need to look at Lynn Bowden, because even though we say he's a part of the future, let's see if he's already under contract for the future. Or if we got to pay him too. I got to be honest with y'all. Deep down inside, I'm starting to feel a grim feeling. Okay, this is a good one, man. They got Lynn Bowden locked down. All right. Yeah, I don't know why I'm tripping. This was a contract with the Las Vegas Raiders, and we got him locked down. We took him and we got him locked down. Okay. So we're good with Lynn Bowden. He's already counting versus the cap, so we don't have to worry about him eating any of our 70 mil. Okay. He's good for the next 2 years with guaranteed freaking money. Wait. No, it ain't guaranteed. Dead cap, we ain't got no dead cap. We can move on for him anytime and save $1 million at any point. But trust me, he's going to be a part of the future. This is your upgrade of Mac Hollins, okay? By far. Trust me when I tell you that. This is the guy you want to turn into Deebo Samuels. I'm telling you. May not be quite that, but this is the guy that can give you some solid production. So we got Lynn. That's a good thing, all right? All right, let's keep it moving. All right, let's see. Who else do we got? All right. Lynn Bowden. Alan Hearns. Let's make sure we ain't dealing with nothing with that. All right. I told y'all last year when y'all thought Alan Hearns wasn't going to be on this team, I said his contract say he going to be on the team. His contract said he was going to be on the team. There you go. Ooh, he's under contract next year. Where's the dead cap? Nope. We can move on. We can move on. So here's the deal with contracts like this. This is why we have to go through every player, y'all. So let me start my list. Lynn Bowden, almost a $3 million cap hit to do nothing because he got hurt. But his dead cap went down. I told y'all last year. I don't know. I said Lynn Bowden. I meant Alan Hearns. I told y'all last year. He's $2.9 million. Why are we going to cut him when we got dead cap of 2.7 just to save $100,000? I told y'all he was going to make the team. But now he's going to be a $3 million cap hit and we can save $433,000. He's gone. And they are going to add that $2.6 million. They are going to add the $2.6 million. So with that being said, I'm going to go to our Excel sheet. I'm not going to bring it up for y'all because I want to stay on this salary page. I'm going to go to the Excel sheet and I'm going to put on the opposite side. I'm going to put Alan Hearns. $2.6 million savings. So I'm gonna put that on our sheet. Okay. And let me put it in red because that's something that we got to pay attention to. So Alan Hearns, see, so this is why I'm telling y'all this. When we say we got 70 million, that's thinking that Alan Hearns is going to be on the team because he's still under contract. But when they cut him, if they do, which they should, but whatever, we'll see what happens because we're talking about upgrading weapons for Tua. This ain't an upgrade. We got to do better. So now we're technically at $72.6 million we're going to have. You see, so there are areas on this roster where we're going to save money, y'all. This is why we have to go through every player so we can identify how much money we're really going to have. All right. So we're done with Alan Hearns. All right. Let me go back to Spotrac. Now, who's next? We got Lynn Bowden, Alan Hearns, Preston Williams. Let's see. Does he have some contract? Preston Williams. Let's see what his is looking like. Does he have a contract next year? Restricted free agent contract. What does that mean? It doesn't even mean we're going to keep him. It means we have the first right to keep him. So he's restricted. So he may go to camp. We don't have to offer him. I forgot what the deadline is to offer a restricted free agent a contract, but we'll talk about that later. But right now, he is not counting against our 70 million. So if they want to keep him, they got to pay him. But we don't have him on our list already, so I don't think it's a big deal. And if they don't want to keep him, we don't save any money, y'all. But it's good to know that he is restricted. And in the worst case scenario, we got dibs on that. Okay, we got the dibs on it. All right, let's keep it moving. Right? And before I do, what do y'all think? Is Preston Williams a guy you want to move on with, you want to continue with, and just pay him a basic, you know, $1 million salary, because it'll be his 4th year? Because based off of the salary tree, 4th year, he has to get a bump. Would you keep Preston Williams for $1 million flat? Or 800 and something thousand? I don't know what the exact number is, but it's somewhere in that range. Would you? No, can't stay healthy. I think everybody is I think everybody's saying no. So we'll move on. I just want to make sure I ain't making decisions without y'all in this build, okay? All right, so we got all those guys. Okay, we brought in Cody Core. There's 2 more guys we're gonna go over. One is Cody Core. Let's see if we gave him any money, guaranteed. Cody Core, a guy we brought in. All right. Cody Core, we gave him a 1-year deal, no dead cap, no guarantees. So he's under contract, but he doesn't have any guaranteed money. So if he don't make the team, we got our $1 million. So I have to go to the Excel sheet, because basically they signed him, but you still got to make the team. But he ain't got no guaranteed money. So that money that we got left, he's not included in that. So let me go to our sheet, just like Allen Hurns, and put him on there for $1 million of potential savings that we can get back if he don't make the team. So C Core. Let me see. Let me look at that contract again, get the exact amount, get the decimals. Y'all bear with me. All right. Cap hit is actually 900,000, but a base salary. The cap hit is 900,000. So we'll say 900K. Yearly cash, that signing bonus. No, we got to put $1 million. It's 1 year, 1,035,000. So $1 million is a potential savings, because he's already counting against the cap because he has a contract. 1M savings. Right. Let me put that in red. All right. And I'll bring up that sheet as we go, y'all. All right, let's keep going. We got one last. Devontae Dedmon is one of the recent guys as well they brought in. Devontae Dedmon. I was wondering why our cap space went from 70 million to 66 in the last few weeks. I was like, dang, it was 70, but now it's 66, because they've been signing all these guys that's getting no guaranteed money that may not even make the team. So we're gonna have to add these numbers on. So his is 705,000, and he ain't guaranteed. So we're gonna put him as a cap savings as well. So let me put him on the spreadsheet, and then we'll move on. All right, let me see. D. Dedmon. Right, 700,000, 700K savings. Thanks for y'all patience. So that is our full wide receiver core. Everybody's been accounted for. We are good now. And I told y'all, this is the part that's like, let's get through this real quick, but we got to know what situation we're in. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And again, I appreciate all the love and support. Hit that like button. Oh, we got some donations. Oh, my bad. I missed them. Y'all forgive me if I miss your donation. And also, if you want to show my wife love, the Cash App is right there. It's her birthday. Let her know you appreciate all she does for this channel. All right. Allowing me to stream as much as I do. Marcus Frazier said, TD, you can actually make all these moves on this site and see the salary cap move up and down. Oh, you didn't tell me which site. Oh, you mean Spotrac, the same site? Well, we'll do that once we finish this, though. We'll do that once we finish this. And hit me up on IG so I can know more about it and how to use it, because this is going to be like a 3 or 4 part series, bro. This is going to be long. Right now, we're just dealing with the offense and what we have before we know what we could put around Tua. Okay? Okay, Spotrac. Yeah, that's what I'm on. We'll work through that because I do know the Miami Dolphins tab is on here. But I'm looking at the individuals trying to get theirs because you got to click on it from the Dolphins tab anyway. And trades. Yes, I know that we're going to play through all of that. But right now we got to do this tedious work of looking at who's under contract and who's not right now based off of our Excel sheet. Okay? All right, let's keep going. All right? Let's keep going. We've done the wide receivers. We've done the running backs. We've done the quarterbacks. Now we got to go tight end. We know Gesicki's situation already. Okay. Let me see. Who did we not include in the tight end room? We did include Smythe. So we good on that end. We didn't include Adam Shaheen and Sethan Carter. So let's look at their contracts. Adam Shaheen, does he got money? Because somebody said that earlier. Shaheen got money though. Well, we're gonna see if we're actually able to move on from him or not. So Adam Shaheen, I think we're gonna end up finding a conclusion, y'all. That y'all we'll talk about it. We're gonna end up at a conclusion that y'all gonna see a bigger picture of all of this that I think the Dolphins are thinking, and I didn't realize it until I start doing this just now with y'all. And we'll talk about that later. But here we go. Adam Shaheen is under contract this year, but he ain't got no dead cap. He got $333,000 in dead cap. So it doesn't matter. For those who say he's under contract, it doesn't matter. They could still cut him. And none of us want him, so a real rebuild around Tua wouldn't include him. So it doesn't matter that he's under contract when his dead cap is so low. He would still save us $1.86 million. $1,860 something million. So that's actually, so I'll just say $1.8 million. Really like 1.9. So I have to put him down now on this Express sheet as a $1.9 million savings because they can move off of him. The contract ain't that serious. A Shaheen 1.8 8.8 M saving. We actually could save money from him. So look, we're recouping some cash so far that I think is going to be real good. It's going to be real good for us. Who else do we have? Sethan Carter. Y'all said we probably going to be moving on from Sethan. Let's look at that contract. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Somebody said Gesicki going to Tennessee. I don't know. That is so funny to me. I've actually thought about that being a possibility because they've already said they're looking to upgrade at the tight end position. Sethan Carter. Oh my gosh. All right, Sethan Carter. All right, Sethan, you on the contract? Oh, he really, really under contract. But ain't no dead cap. In 2022, his salary is basically let me see, average salary guaranteed is 2.7. So potential out in 2022, 1 year, 2.7 million, zero dead cap. So this is a situation where there's no dead cap, but if he is on the roster, wait, but he already signed a signing bonus, and that bonus is converted to 2023. So y'all see how Greer been out here they've been working these contracts to try to get money throughout the last few years. This is an example of working one to where even if he's not here, you lose $5 million. So, I mean, 500,000. No, they're going to go ahead and recoup. They're going to keep their $2.5 million this year. The only difference is in 2023, he's going to hit our cap by 500,000. So this is another guy we put on there as a $2.5 million savings. He is a $2.5 million savings. So Ethan Carter saving us some money that we can recoup. All right. See. Carter, 2.5 million savings. Because all of these guys are counting against our cap for next year right now because they're under contract. So that's why I was telling y'all that 70 million is going to go up. It's going to go up. And I've been told y'all we got about $5 million, $15 million out there that we can make room, but we're going to get a real number when we're done doing all of this. All right, so tight ends are now done. Tight ends are done. Now we're moving to the offensive line. And the thing about the offensive line, we're going to pretty much keep it as is for the most part, because a lot of those guys are still going to be on the team having those rookie contracts and being decent draft picks with guaranteed money. That's highly likely. But even with that being said, we got to talk about who we're not keeping on the O-line. So let me eliminate the people we got. We got Dieter, Hunt, Jackson, Kinley, Eichenberg, and Jones. We got 6 people on here right now that we have. So who didn't make this list? Out of the starters, it's going to be Jesse Davis. Let's see his contract situation. Let's look at Jesse Davis' contract situation. Please tell me this is an easy out. Oh, please tell me. Oh, Jesus. I'm nervous. Oh, already got him loaded. I already looked when we can get rid of him. Oh, man. Jesse Davis. Are you looking for nothing came up? Oh, my God. They done already kicked the man out of the league. I think because I got an eye right here. Let me get rid of that eye. Oh, man. Here we go. Jesse Davis. Brace y'all. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. It ain't that bad. That's why we couldn't get rid. See, I want y'all to pay attention to his contract. We good now. Last year, we couldn't get rid of him. He was going to make $4.5 million, but it was $5 million dead cap. That's why you ain't want to get rid of him last year, because he made the cap hit was lower than the dead cap. That's what the issue was with him. He was going to have a position no matter what. You going to pay this man $5 million to sit on the bench? That's what it came down to, y'all. The dead cap would have screwed them if they had got rid of him, because they would have still had to replace the position and sign another contract. So that's why 2021 was so tough at that position, because they pretty much had to play him. But you better know they probably getting out of it this year. They not gonna pay him $4.6 million just to save. I mean, they're not paying him that. So they could save $3.6 million on Jesse Davis. Thank you. At least he gives us money. This is the perfect scenario because he gives us money. He gives us money this year. So let me write this down. Jesse Davis, $3.6 million savings. if we cut him. Thank you. We finding people that's about to increase our cap. This is what it's about, man. That cap is going to go up more than what people already got us at. Love it. Love it. All right, let's see who's next on the O-line that we didn't include. So we included Robert Jones already. Who else? Greg Mance. Let's take a look at his contract. All right, let's see if he's under contract. Greg Mance. Oh, how you spell his name? Let me go back. I did it wrong. Oh, Mancz. I got it. All right, brace for it. Unrestricted free agent. So he's not counting against us anyway, y'all. He's not hurting us, and it doesn't matter. He's a free agent. Okay, so he has no consequence. We move on from that. Greg Little. We got to see. Does Greg Little? We got to look at the Greg Little contract. Brace for it. 1.5, but no dead caps. And look, keeping hurt every year. Oh, we saving 1.5. If they moving on, this man done got hurt every year. Every year. Every year. Let me put him on a spreadsheet. Greg Little is going to save us 1.5. That cap just keep going up, y'all. G Little. 1.5 M savings. All right. That in red. All right. Next up, let's see who we got. Greg Little. We already say we keep him. Robert Jones. Adam Pankey. Adam Pankey. See what we got with Adam Pankey. Adam Pankey. All right, Adam Pankey. So he's a guy we just signed on a 1-year deal. We don't know if he's gonna make the team or not. He's counting against our cap right now. Yeah, we just don't know. I don't know if he's going to make the team or not to save us money or not. They offered him a contract, gave him 0 guarantees. So, you know, in the event that they want to go ahead and cut him. For some reason, like this is an example of one where I don't know. I don't know if we should go ahead and add that $1 million back on. Y'all think he makes the team, or should we add that $1 million back on? Let me know in the comment section. I need your help with this one. So look at his previous contracts. Always been with the Dolphins for the last few years. He made $18,000 because he got cut. He made $1 million last year. He's always been that low end guy everywhere he went. Saved $1 million. All right, Adam Pankey gives us $1 million. I'm gonna go with y'all. Wait, let me hear from a few more people because I'm getting mixed things now. Save the money. Pankey good. PS. I don't know what the PS is. Cut him. No. Okay, a few more. What's the cap at now? He's gonna be if we keep him, he'll be 965,000. I round that to $1 million. It's semantics. How old is he? That's a good question. Panky is 27. Just turned 27. He a Capricorn 2 days ago. Now, remember, guys, the reason why I'm reluctant on this, you can't get everything new. Some of these guys are $900,000. You still need guys for deep depth where you just fill in the roster because you ain't got much money after that. So let's go. Fill the comment section. Do you just leave Panky alone, or do we save that million because you're still going to replace it with probably a guy on that level anyway? I'm kind of reluctant, but y'all got to help me. TD better GM than Greer. Love the channel, TD. Appreciate that, man. And if y'all want to show the wife some love, the Cash App is below at Hill D Glam. It is her birthday. I want y'all to flood her with love if you get the opportunity. Matter of fact, if you're going to send her $5, send her $1 each time for 5 times, just to even make it even feel more loaded. Capricorn? Question mark. Oh, yeah, we are out of Capricorn season because I'm a Capricorn. I know it's January, so we are in Aquarius time because the wife's birthday today and she Aquarius. So y'all saying keep. You're smarter than me. Hanky Panky, keep him. And I got to be honest with y'all, that's kind of where I'm at. You got to keep that back end guy for $1 million like everybody does anyway, you know? Everybody got those guys on the team. So now I got to go back to the Excel spreadsheet and add another old lineman here for Panky. And as we continue to talk through it, that may change in the future as we're making the team. Sometimes it's real hard and you got to be a part of those last cuts. So Panky. Let me see here. Let me center that off. All right, any more? Last one, Keon Smith is somebody they must have just brought in. The very last one is Keon Smith, and then we'll look at our finished product, all right? The last one is Keon Smith. Give me a second. Keon Smith. He won another one of those one-year signings. So I say you're going to, yep, they just signed him anyway. Same thing, a guy who looked like he was on the practice squad for Atlanta because he was making a few $1,000s. You see what I'm saying? And now they bring him into Miami. Probably won't make the team, but you know, I'm gonna save that $700,000 because that's why, again, you got to pick your poison. They'll probably just keep Panky. You see, so we're gonna have savings on Keon Smith, and this is gonna continue to change because they can cut Keon today and bring in another name we don't know about. That's how that works on the back end of the roster. So, but we're just going to do it as of right now. So let me update Keon. Okay. A Smith, 700K savings. All right, so I think we're done with that. Now let's switch gears. Let's get out of the Spotrac. Let's get out of Spotrac real quick. Y'all bear with me. Let me bring y'all back to Excel. Let me bring you back to Excel. Share screen. Windows, book. All right, here we go. We back to it. So here's what we have, ladies and gentlemen, what we've concluded. Here's what we've concluded. We need a QB2. We need a running back, whether it's 1 or 1B. We need another wide receiver that's number 1 to go at Waddle, and another wide receiver that's good, decent. I don't know, however we want to come up with that. So that's 4 holes. Mac Hollins has become a question mark because of his salary now. He's not even under contract, so we need even another receiver Okay. We need another receiver unless you want to fill it with one of these guys over here on the right in red. So that may be another receiver we need to replace Mac Hollins, or we got to pay Mac Hollins money. We need a tight end unless you want one of these guys to take Gesicki's spot or that third spot. We need two tight ends technically. So Gesicki could be one, or we're in the market for two other ones unless we're going to bring one of these guys over. Okay. Left tackle, we're all in agreement. We need us a left tackle. We need us a right tackle. And these are the other guys who are going to be competing. And for the left guard spot, because we feel good about Dieter at center and right guard Hunt. And we got some savings on the right side with these guys. So let me say this. 2.6. I'm going to add up the savings so far. 2.6, 3.6, 4.3, 6.1, 8.6, 12.2, 13.7, and 14.4. Right now, we found $14.4 million savings just from making those cuts. Just from these cuts, we found $14.4 million in savings that will add on top of where our salary cap is right now. And we'll get to that, okay? We will get to that. Y'all give me 30 seconds. I'm going to try to put some ice in this cup, man. Keep my water going. Appreciate y'all patience. Y'all give me 30 seconds, and I want y'all to think about everything that we've gone over so far. And this is a lot of good information. Matter of fact, let me make this a little smaller so y'all can see more. Let me go 125. Hopefully y'all can see that. And let me bring it up. Y'all take about 30 seconds to a minute to look at where we are right now. This is where we are with holes. I'll be right back. All right. So sorry, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for allowing me to get me some water without being frustrated. All right, man. So we have what we have here. Okay. This is interesting. Next up, we're going to do defense, just not now on another stream. It'll be part 2. But I got to drop the link because we got to have this conversation. I want to know from people, first off, before I bring people to just talk about it, I want to know from people who may feel like they wouldn't keep somebody that we kept, or they would keep somebody that we didn't keep. Please follow those instructions. Let's start there. Okay? So let me invite y'all with the link. I'm dropping the link now. Let's start right here. I only want to bring on anybody who and they can make a compelling reason why we should have kept somebody or somebody we definitely shouldn't keep. So that we could feel good about what we've done so far in this rebuild. So the link has been dropped. Hopefully we may not get anybody. That'll be a good thing too. That means, hey, everybody's on the same page. Up, there go the boops. There go the people coming in. All right, man. The people are coming in droves. Okay. Never mind. We got some fixing to do then. All right, man. And I'm going to try to do one at a time. Again, let me be clear. So y'all don't feel like I'm being rude to no one. If you come in with a different agenda, with a different conversation, I'm getting you out of here quick. We're trying to just stick on topic and do this. No other questions. No questions about, hey, how do you think about this player's development and this and that? No. We are sticking to what we've been doing. Don't just come on here just because you want to talk and hang out. This is a series, and we want to stick to it for the purpose of people going back to watch it, all right? And not having all that crazy fluff. First up, Anthony. What's up, homie?
Hey, TD, how are you, man? It's been a while.
I'm doing great, man. Yes, man. I'm glad to see you here, man.
Honestly, I would have cut Devontae. For me, I would have cut Devontae,
okay,
and I would have let Gesicki walk because he's not going to be asking for tight end money. He's going to be asking for wide receiver money. You have to realize that.
Now, just so okay, go ahead. My bad, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, so I would rather draft a tight end that's cheaper to pair up with Hunter Long because I don't want to be paying Gesicki wide receiver money, which is
so let me save you time right now so we can move back to Parker. Me and you will have a conversation about Parker, but I don't want to have a conversation about Gesicki because we didn't move on with Gesicki. We put a question mark here, but we put his name because we at least have an option. So we put the question mark because we don't have a tight end to field that's counting against our cap. So if we do Gesicki, we'll put his name for good. So ignore Gesicki's name here. I only put him here because he's an option that we all know, obviously. And if we don't go with Gesicki, he doesn't save us anything because he's a free agent. So we did not, for the record, everybody, we did not move on with Gesicki. That's why we have the question mark. We only put his name because we know him, just in case, okay? That conversation can be had. Same thing with Mac Hollins. We put a question mark, but do we want to just pay him to stay? So these question marks are all you need to pay attention to. Now, D. Parker, let's have that conversation. Let's have that conversation about D. Parker because that's an issue. Let me pull it up for the people to see because it makes a difference, okay? Let me pull up D. Parker's contract and y'all tell me what you think. Devontae Parker. Now, give me a second. We're going to stop.
I already know what his contract is because, honestly, I don't want to be paying a guy who's very rarely available. You agree with me?
Well, it depends, man. It depends. We got to talk through that. So this probably going to lead the conversation, by the way. But here you go. Here's DVP's contract, ladies and gentlemen. So the only two things you need to pay attention to is right here. 2022, the cap hit and the dead cap. Okay? And matter of fact, let me blow it up for some of y'all to see even better. All right. That's a good blow up. Oh my gosh, maybe I did too much. All right, give me a second. All right, so this is what we need to pay attention to on D. Parker's contract. This year, D. Parker's going to make $8.744 million, $8.7 million. If you cut him, you still have to pay $5.4 million. So you'd be saving $3.3 million. Is that worth it?
Actually, TD, with that, is that before or after the June 1st cut, by chance?
Well, he's already under contract. Hold on. Let me see something. Hey, now I need to make it smaller. Let me go to about 150.
Because if it's before June 1st, I'll keep him. If that
No.
that
So it doesn't matter because we're talking about his guaranteed money. Remember, his deal was restructured, okay?
Mhm.
And that's a part of the issue. So his guaranteed money, I mean, look at the bonuses and everything in his base, but he still has dead cap. That's still guaranteed money unaccounted for. Dead cap is pretty much somewhat guaranteed money.
Yeah, which made no sense to me. Why would they give it to him if he can't? The guy, for me, he didn't deserve a restructure. The guy never stayed healthy.
Well, that's unfair because he played 16 games in if I'm not mistaken 2020. He had 1200 yards, and that was the prove it deal that allowed him to get the next deal. Remember, he was on a 2-year, I forgot, $10 million contract, something like that. 2-year, 10, 2
Yeah,
year.
it was
Let me
left over
see.
from his rookie deal, right?
No, it was here it is right here. 2019 was a 2-year, $10 million deal. So in 2019, he had the 2-year, $10 million deal. But in 2020, I think was the year he proved it, and he got the 2021, 2022, 23, 20, or whatever contract. So that's why he had proved it that 1 year. So I don't want to get into semantics of he didn't earn his contract. He actually earned it, and it was still a team friendly. I mean, think about it, y'all. The man is on a 4-year, $30 million. That's 7.5 a year. Even with injuries, that ain't much money. When you talk about receivers out here about to make 23 million.
Yeah, but they stay healthy. That's the problem.
Yeah, but 23 million is worth health. Let me put it like this. If Devontae Parker stayed healthy and every year he gave you 1,200 yards, he'd be a $16, $17 million guy.
Yes, then I would say it would be worth it. That's what I'm saying.
But that's the point. Since he doesn't stay healthy, you still have to understand the deal he has is still fair.
Okay.
Like, why are, and it's not you, but we got to see this. If he was healthy, giving us 1,200 a year, this man could have been making 15 plus a year. But since he's not,
he would be getting Devontae Adams money, is what you're saying.
Not quite. Devontae is up at 25 or something like that, man. Something sick.
Okay.
Something sick.
No, yeah, and now thank you for explaining that this was a team-friendly deal, but could we restructure that even further or no?
Well, that's just depends on their conversations. But I'm going to say this. As much as Dolphin fans talk trash about Devontae Parker, I'm sorry if Devontae Parker in the open market, I personally believe, injuries or not, could at least get $10 million a year.
Actually, at best, I can say he gets $8 million a year. Honestly,
best,
smart GMs wouldn't give him $10 million.
I think okay. Here's what I think y'all missing. Let me pull this up for y'all. Let me pull up statistics. Let me pull this up. Let's compare this, okay? I'm gonna pull up his statistics on Spotrac, okay? This is what you need to look. Look at games played, okay? Now, we also know the quarterback factor in his early career and all of that stuff, right? Forget all of that. The only thing I want to pay attention with Devontae Parker is really 2019 on forward, because that's what really matters, okay? 2019, 2020, and 2021. Here's what I'm trying to explain. If Devontae Parker played 16 games a season and he averaged 1,200 yards, which the stats tell you he could do as he did in 2019 with the quarterback who actually can throw the ball, and that ain't no knock on nobody, but Ryan Fitzpatrick was slinging it left and right. If that was Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 50. It was 50.
That was 1,202 yards, okay? And he played every game. And that's having to deal with Rosen for like 2 or 3 games, okay? That is playing every game, all right? Now, If he had a quarterback and stayed healthy, he would be a $15 million a year guy. So if he's a $15 million a year guy playing 16 games, why isn't he a $8 million a year guy playing 8 games? And he's played more than 8 games every season of his career. I personally feel like we actually have a great deal for a guy like that. And we'd be robbing the system if he does stay healthy. His contract was already built to factor in injuries. That's what y'all need to realize. His contract was already built in to factor injuries. Just like X. That's why X wants more money. His contract was already built in to factor injuries. Because if he wasn't injury prone, X would be a $20 million corner. So that's something that I always appreciated about Greer, that I said when we first gave Devontae this deal. I told y'all this is a deal that is factoring in if he gets hurt. This is a team-friendly deal. So I'm sorry. I just think that it's a fair deal. And if any season you get 16 games, you're going to be stealing. You get 16 games next year and he give you 1,200 yards, you just robbed him for $7 million. So that's my, he's out of here. I didn't even see him. That's my whole thing with Parker. So but it's not up to me. Put it in the comment section. Keep Parker or cut Parker. Because remember, regardless, you got to go find a replacement. And you already got to pay him $5 million anyway. I just don't understand. I just feel like it's throwing away money. I don't mind having a guy who at least is going to give me 10 games at a minimum. And I'm paying him half of what he might be worth if he played all games. But this is y'all choice. We rebuilding around Tua. What do y'all think? And I know people are throwing out the restructure. Fin fan panel in the building. Salute to the homie Larry. Thank you, bro. Great. And I'm happy you put that because I ain't seen that by nobody else. That's what you want to be talking about. A restructure, not a cut. It makes no sense. Restructure or trade. And guess what? I will say this. He is tradable. That contract, a team might be willing to trade Devontae Parker, and then they'll bring him in and restructure. Or we can restructure. Somebody said Parker's not a number one. That's why he ain't getting number one money. Gosh, that's the point we're making here, y'all. $8 million ain't number one money. When you got guys out here about to get 20 plus million, those are number ones. My recommendation is keep Parker and explore your options like a trade or a restructure. And a part of me is like, or just keep the contract as is. But to say cut him to save $3 million and you still got to pay him $5 million counting against the cap and you still got to replace the position. We're doing this collaboratively. I don't want to be the one making the ultimate decisions here. That's why I'm asking y'all in the comment section. What do you want to do with Parker? Put keep in the comment section if we keep him and explore those options of trade, restructure, or just leave it be. Or put cut in the comment section if you're just done with it. Put it in the comment section. I got to go with the majority so I can move on to the next person. We're getting a lot of don't keep it because I want to keep. I'm just giving the counter argument of everything. But it looks like everybody want to keep it, man. All right, man. Dolphin Zay. Let's go ahead and bring it back up. Talk to us and tell us. Your background.
What's up, TD? I'm going in the other room.
What's up, homie? Talk to us and tell us what on here you feel needs to change.
All right, man. We got All right, because we've been around Tua, and I
Yes.
know I know I'm walking to your trap, but I'm gonna do it. We got to move on from Dieter because Tua's size dictates that he has a very good interior O line, and to get the most bang for your buck to fix that, and to make sure he has passing lane so he can see, you need a stellar center to help out either one of the guards.
Well, you're not walking into a trap. I've even heard people on TV recently saying that Tua is the type of guy that you got to get the center and both guards great because he's so small. He needs clear vision in front of him.
Like Drew Brees. That's the same thing with Drew Brees. It was the same issue.
So I've never been opposed to that. But the thing is, at some point we got to have conversations of where do we spend our money, because right now we're talking about bringing 2 tackles in. It's going to cost a lot of money to replace 3 linemen, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to cost a lot. So I'm not opposed to it. And you didn't, I really think that you came in here with a shocker to me, because you made an excellent point, because we're building around Tua and we got to do right by him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I got to go to the comment section and say, what's y'all thoughts on it? Because it's a good point. Matter of fact, let me write it down. Dieter.
And you can't replace you can't replace 2 guys, but you got Hunt. So if you can get a center to help out that trash left guard, whether it be Austin Jackson, Eichenberg, whoever, that's fixing the problem. And you can let Hunt block on his own.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man.
And just make Eichenberg and Austin Jackson and Solomon Kelly, all 3 of them dudes, best left guard, put them there. Just go. Because that's Tua's front side.
So now we're trying to bring Dieter down in the competition for that left guard position.
You can put him there too. And he's a backup center. You can do that too. Yep. And then you upgrade the position by moving him.
This is interesting, man, because I'm inclined. See, usually I would say, let me hear from some other people, but I'm inclined to change it because it makes so much sense, man. Gosh.
And then let all them scrum bums be backups and let them go. Austin Jackson can go. Eichenberg can be the backup, whatever. And keep Greg Mance, because Greg Mance has guard and center flexibility. And you keep him on the interior as well.
Well, let me ask you this, not you. Anybody backstage that I can see on camera right now, if you disagree with that, let me know, because I love to hear an opposing argument to it. I want to hear an opposing argument. If anybody feels like, no, we need to keep Dieter at center, let me know. Raise your hand now and backstage. Let me know backstage right now if you disagree with that and you have an opposing argument, because I want to hear different sides of it. And I'm hate that we can't get more backstage than the 12 that we got backstage. Because I saw somebody. Anybody in the comment section disagree? I don't see much opposition, bro. I'm seeing a lot of agreement.
See, because we got smart Dolphin fans, man. A lot of Tua supporters down there.
Prove he will be at least solid. And Fan Panel said Dieter already proved he will be at least solid.
Yeah, no. I have no problem with Dieter. I'm saying because of who our quarterback is, we need to make sure that's tight.
That's what I was just gonna ask. But is solid going to be good enough for Tua?
And y'all remember too, the center caused half the protections. So and most of the season we was playing with 3rd and 4th string guys. So that was an issue.
All right, here we go. We got an opposing view. I'm gonna get this one in. What's up, Color?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Great, Color. Man. Oh man, I'm in for it.
No, you're not too in for it. I actually, before I jumped in, I was actually, at first I was in full disagreement, and then TD had mentioned something, and it kind of got me, and you had also said something that kind of got me a little bit different a viewpoint. But at this point, my question, I guess I have a question about Dieter, and because my biggest concern is continuity, and the things that we're talking about, that need to get better as far as like what you're talking about, clearing the field of vision for the particular quarterback you have and all that. That stuff emerges out of continuity, not just by going and dropping in a better O lineman, which is the guy that Tua has never, taken a snap from. My question then would lead to which out of the couple centers that we got has taken the most snaps, not just in game with Tua, but in practice. Who is the center that, not that, and I'm not speculating whether he does or not, but who would be the center that Tua would have in his backyard in his off time taking snaps from? That's the guy you want to keep forever. It don't matter what his skill level is. That can be coached. You know what I mean? If he's coachable, so Dieter, I mean, as far as his draft position, what he accomplished in college, stuff like that, we know he kind of has certain tangibles that seems to suggest he's coachable. So at this point, if he's the guy that Tua has been taking the most snaps from, I don't want to disturb that. That causes penalties, that causes games. That might cost us 5 games just because they haven't got used to each other yet. You know what I mean? And the thing of it that I'm also falling back on is that if we're rolling with Tua, then we all have to accept, Tua-ers and Tua detractors, we all have to be in agreement that everybody gets that time to grow, like TD keeps preaching. You know what I mean? And that's also partly what I mean. Not just that he deserves the time to grow just like Tua does, but maybe they ought to be growing together, and that's the continuity that will emerge. That's where you'll get them knowing each other so well that he clears the field wherever Tua needs him to clear the field. You know what I mean?
McCullough, the issue that we have, this is the dilemma that I keep trying to preach to people. We've put ourselves in a situation to where I agree they should be growing together, but we only got 1 year. And if any one of those guys are determined not the guy, they can screw up to a year.
And I get what you're saying, but that's where we have to feed right back into the argument that they're both growing, because the thing of it is, if we shoehorn in another guy, even if he is a great center, could be a Hall of Fame center, but if we shoehorn him in, we only have a year to make that work, and that could cause more problems. That could end up backfiring. You know what I mean?
So you're just talking about continuity. And the issue that I have even with continuity, the only continuity that it looks like is going to be on the line anyway is Dieter and Hunt. And is that really continuity?
Right.
Because Dieter didn't even start there the whole year.
And I had considered those things right before I jumped in. So at the same time, to feed into you guys' argument, not to necessarily concede loss per se, because
No,
I'm willing to go with the group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But to further your guys' point, when you're saying, yeah, keep these guys, throw them all on backup, that's great too. Because if you notice in our depth chart, I was looking at it while we've been having this whole discussion. I mean, that's our most shallow spot on the entire depth chart. You know,
so
I'm all about depth too. So if we shoehorn in a couple Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen, yeah, that's perfectly fine keeping these other guys as backups, even to sponge off whatever they can from them at the same time. You know.
So what it looks like is we could see it either way, but the best case scenario is Dieter's still on the team, but he's competing for that job.
Mm-hmm.
And for Tua's favor, because it really is a personal thing between center and quarterback.
So he's competing for that job, a guard job, or competing just all around. Right. And maybe what we need to do is consider that position at center as a situation where we don't have to go get a top line guy like the right tackle and left tackle, but get a solid veteran that can hold it down, that is at least a veteran. Maybe.
And for all we know, that veteran comes in and says, "Hey, coach, you know what? I'll sit over here because this guy's, we need, you know what I mean? Now that price range is going to be real tricky, because you got to get a guy that we're going to pay him a lot, he's obviously going to want to start. Nobody wants to sit on the bench. You know what I mean? But you can get in that price range maybe where a guy's like, hey, I just wanted to rob Miami anyway. You know what I mean? But I can still offer something to the guy that they have behind me. You know what I mean?
Now watch this. What that does, ladies and gentlemen, that puts Dieter down here where Panky is, and now we're moving on from Panky. I mean, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Now we're moving on from Panky and taking that 1 million savings.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you got all your backups you need, you got all your depth you need, and Panky gives you money back in your pocket. Because I think Dieter is still under contract.
See, that
Yeah, I
kind of
believe
shows
still his rookie deal.
that shows that I think maybe a point you're going to be getting to later on, TD. That's starting to look like we're exactly where we should be in year 3 of a stripped down rebuild. You know, we brought in a bunch of young new talent. Now we can actually flush out who's going to be part of our depth and who do we bring in to be the starters if they haven't achieved starter roles. You know what I mean? That's right where we should be at.
In the year you got money.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
If we go get a guy like Ryan Jensen, I know he's a top center in the market, but all that continuity stuff goes out the window. He's a borderline all pro. Go get Ryan Jensen, bro.
Yeah, and with that, I'll step back out backstage until I disagree again, TD, so we don't clutter things up.
No, you're good. You're good. Appreciate you, homie. But
no problem, man.
When we look at Dieter's contract, Dieter doesn't have guaranteed money, but he'll be a guy that's competing, so we'll keep him on the books at $1.2 million. And that's a great price for a backup center or a starting left guard or anything like that. So, but no, man, I'll say this. Hey, you came in, you convinced the masses. Great job, bro. Appreciate you, Dolphin fans. Any other issues on here outside of that?
No, I'm pretty good with everything else. Just more competition, and even if that means upgrade to Watson or whatever, that's what that means. But no, I'm good, man. I appreciate you, CD. Happy birthday to your lovely wife. You do an amazing job, bro. Shout out to you, bro.
Appreciate you. Salute to you, homie. I'll see you soon.
All right, man.
And everybody, today, if you're new in, today is my wife's birthday. If you want to show love, her Cash App is right there. Make sure you put a message in the Cash App. I don't care if it's 50 cents. Say, hey, thank you for allowing TD to do the things he do. You're the real MVP. Say stuff like that, all right? So do not donate to me today, man. I don't want no donations. If you want to donate to me because it's about this, then I get it. You put it in the comment section. But if you just want to show love to the channel, send it all to the wife. I want to shower her with love today. I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for that. All right, let's keep it going. All right, we got some more people backstage. Crypto, talk to us, man. What you don't like about it? What do we need to change in your opinion?
Hey, thanks, TD. You already know what I'm going at from the very first conversation you had on this one.
As long as it's not Tua.
No. No. Of course, everybody know how I feel about DVP. So let's just start at the wide receiver room. That's actually the only real disagreement I have with this list so far.
Well,
I'm going to say this. This is my reason. Cause everybody know I've been out on DVP.
Yeah, so let me preface it real quick. As a whole, we've already decided let's just keep them. But this is another opposing argument that is fair to consider. So whatever he says, we're going to say, does everybody feel like we need to get rid of Parker or not? So that's what we're doing here. We're trying to flush out all the opinions and get the overall consensus of the fan base, whether we agree or disagree. All right. So talk to us on why we need to get rid of Parker.
Okay. Now that you mentioned trade as an option, so definitely now I really want to get rid of him. Okay, so this is the main reason.
Hold on. I'm so sorry, bro. Remember, trade, restructure, or keep are in the same category. Getting rid
trade,
of
restructure, or keep. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to trade him, then you're with this. Okay. Does that make sense?
As far as keeping him, so we can trade him later.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Hold on. Give me
all right.
The wife, I think I'll make sure nothing wrong. She calling. Hello?
Hey, I'm picking Carter up from school. Can you check on Camden for me?
Okay, I will.
Are you still live?
Yeah, I actually did though.
Okay, tell everybody I said thank you again because they're still sending me love.
All right, the wife said thank you everybody for continuing to send her love. Oh Lord.
Happy birthday.
Crypto said happy birthday, and he trying to convince us why we can't keep Parker. So I'll call you back, baby. Hey, don't be talking to no other men. Bye.
Oh, that's a good one, TD. I'll send her some Bitcoin or maybe some Dogecoin. She'll be happy.
Hey, nah, send me the Doge. Send me the Doge.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, talk to us about Parker, man. Let's do it.
I think a lot of people seem to not look at this as a reason. I just don't think his skill set is conducive to Tua's traits and his ability. Because this is why I say this. Because you look at Tua's career throughout college, Alabama, he never had coin toss type receivers or the 50-50 guy. He had 90-10 guys in Alabama, guys that you know was going to catch that ball and go. That's what's conducive to Tua's skill set. Because if he gets so reliant on the 50-50 guy, it's going to hurt his cohesiveness as far as his accuracy all the time, because he's going to keep throwing that high ball, the high point ball that he's not used to throwing, and he's not as accustomed to throwing throughout his career and what he excelled at.
So let's pause right there.
Name me one 50-50 guy that he threw to in Alabama.
No.
That was plainly 50-50.
I'm actually shocked at your point, because you're making a great one, and I want to break it down so people understand what you're saying, and for me to get better clarification. So what I'm hearing is Parker being a 50 guy could actually be hurting him, because that type of ball is not giving him consistency of that intermediate throw where he keeps sailing too high. Like he's throwing high for a receiver to go up to and stuff. So that's a valid point.
He's so used to a 50-50 guy, right? Going up and get it. Versus he's always going to throw it to Waddle, that same type of ball, and Waddle's not that type of receiver.
But then the flip side I'll just automatically introduce is when nothing's there, Tua needs a safety net too, because you can't rely on the athleticism to make godly plays like Mahomes and Allen. And it's guys like that made him look a lot better than it could have been, because they caught 50-50 balls. Imagine Tua without any other 50-50 balls. Oh my gosh, his rookie year would have been a train wreck, bro.
No. You're forgetting, because he didn't have the Devontae Smiths or the Jerry Judys to pair with Waddle.
No, I get that, but we weren't gonna have that last year anyway.
Or precision route running like Devontae Smith. You forgot he had like two other guys.
So that's why this conversation, ladies and gentlemen, that wide receiver 1 and 3 that we see right here, we must be really going to be investing in those when it's time to go through that part of this, right. Okay? Now, correct. But do you not think that at least provides versatility on the team? You got Waddle. You go get 2 more guys that give him that Alabama look. When the going get tough and you need a 50-50, you got Parker. You know, just the versatility of what you can do.
I agree with that, but I think
or is it killing him too much because of he got to keep switching how he throws?
I think it's killing him too much at this stage of his development and at the NFL level.
So do you feel that same way about Mike Gesicki?
Well, Gesicki's not quite the route runner, but he does give you more range.
He ain't getting separation unless it's a zone. He's just like Parker.
Gesicki?
Yeah. Gesicki just gets open in the zone.
Yeah, but
Gesicki ain't out here man-to-man just mossing people. Gesicki got to go up in high point with a one-handed and all of that. So
good point. That's another reason why on the tight end portion of it, I'm not keeping Gesicki neither.
Okay. No, and I ain't knocking that. I'm just saying, at least you're consistent.
Right. Because I'm going with Hunter long term.
I think it's a valid argument in that regards. And I think you're making a great point. I just feel like
we're talking about from Tua's perspective, because we totally going with Tua. No Deshaun Watson or nothing.
I haven't considered the fact that type of throw guy could be messing up his consistency, and another guy, another type of throw. But again, does that also, and this is not a knock on Tua, but is that because of his limitations and inability to be able to switch between both?
Yes, both can be correct. Yes.
And this is about customizing it for him. So I agree. As far as changing it, we got to hear from the masses. We got to hear from the masses first. But before we hear from the masses, I want to say this to you. Amazing point. I just feel like you specifically, because we've had this conversation before.
I've been passionate. That's why.
No. You give zero weights for the monetary impact.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
You
Yeah, as
don't
far as the
care
money is saved, as
whatever
far as
it
the money.
costs.
Yeah.
Your monetary impact is the only thing that still gives me reservation, but your take typically doesn't care about the monetary impact. And I think we all agreed to keep Parker 10 minutes ago because it was almost a no-brainer from
It was solely monetary.
impact.
You was based
so
on
my
monetary
real
reasons.
question to everybody watching, does the monetary impact outweigh what he's saying? Or do we still go with Parker, realizing that we're trying to make him a number 4 receiver anyway, so he shouldn't be the primary guy that we're throwing to enough to where that should matter? You're
saying if they were to make him number 4 in this situation,
I don't know if you can hear me.
We get it. Yeah, can you hear me? You hear me now, TD?
Can y'all hear Crypto? Because I can't.
You can't hear me now?
Y'all let me know in the comment section. Can you hear Crypto? Because I can't. Crypto.
Yeah, I hear
there
you.
You go. That was me. It was unplugged a little bit. I had hit it, so I recognized that just now. So, all right. So I didn't hear what you said. So what was your response to what I said?
So you were saying from the monetary part, since that's giving you an option from the monetary standpoint, because I was saying, let's just deal with the hit on the monetary side, so we can get him more options with what suits his skill set as far as the Alabama type receiver.
Nah, it's a
like it's something we can save on the back end. Like you saying $3 million though, right?
That's all your savings are. That's what you're talking about on savings, bro.
Right, but then you free up another $3 million on the somewhere else to offset that $3 million.
Oh, we cleared up 15.
I think it was like
15.4 million.
Right, so that means we will have to basically get him somewhere between 3 to 4 million receiver that can offset that. Ooh. We can't pay no more than 3 million. You see what I'm saying?
Ooh, a $3 to $4 million receiver. Do you know what that is?
No. I'm just saying, but because we just said Hollins gave us good performance just at 1 million, so I'm sure we can get something for 3 times that amount.
You gotta understand what Hollins was, bro. $3 million receiver is half of a Jakeem Grant.
It's half. No, it's got to be more options than Jakeem Grant. The 3 million.
Now remember, you're talking about track stars. You're talking about receivers that's out here getting separation and doing all the right?
Well, yeah, but not all of them is more than 5 million.
Crypto, you're not gonna find a $7 million receiver to give you more than Parker. You're not
track stars.
No.
There's people that's faster than there's people that's faster than Parker that can get less money because of where they at on the team. Their placement on the team is what I'm saying. Because they fit to a skill set better than Parker do.
This is a tough one, man. I got to bring 1 or 2 more people in. Anybody backstage got something on this? Raise your hand if you're backstage and you got something on this Parker situation. All right, we got the homie Triple S podcast. What's up, man?
What's going on, TD? How you doing? What's going on,
I'm
Crypto?
doing great, man. I think we're having a great conversation today, man.
Absolutely.
I'm loving this.
Absolutely.
What's your take, bro?
My main thing with the Parker is, like you've been saying, just monetarily, it doesn't make sense to move off him. I understand there's people that have a bad taste in their mouth with him, including myself. And we drafted him first round. We had high expectations, but it still has to make logical sense. And I don't think moving off of him is, if he's going to be your wide receiver 4. I think that putting him there, he might not want to be there, but I think for what he's going to be getting paid, he'll be happy to be, spotty in. He'll also be able to stay healthy. So I think it makes the most sense. Also, we talked about continuity in terms of the O-line. He's had some big throws to Parker, and like you said, change of pace. So I would disagree with Crypto in that I think we should keep Parker for those reasons.
Somebody sent me a Cash App donation
I
and
don't think
said
that's enough.
somebody sent me a Cash App donation and said, TD, why would we even entertain trading Parker with a 6 million cap hit? It's not gonna happen. Well, tell me that about Calvin Noy.
Not a cap hit, but yeah.
So tell me it can't happen and talk to me about Calvin Noy. And
Yeah, it's been done before.
And they say a happy birthday to my wife. Again, send them to my wife. I want to flood her with the love today for all that she allows me to do on this channel, man. So Cash App is $He'll Glam. Send $1. Send 50 cents. Just show her love. I want y'all to rain on her today, man. Pause, by the way. You make sure you pause. But anyway,
what I'm saying, TD, we can't just get too tied down to the money aspect of it, because it's all about improving our quarterback and making what's conducive to him.
I agree, but I just feel like it's a bargain and it's a safety net for Tua, though. And at least he showed he could do that other than the other. See, we're making the assumption that that's what's affecting the other. It's mixed, man. This is a hard one.
Yeah, but you know, I struggle for especially being if it was Parker's 3rd or 4th year, maybe. I was just because we're 7 years into this experiment. That's what's making me just want to cut bait and move on and don't worry about anything else, because they can recoup that money in the future.
Okay, so I think this will trump it all. Let's be honest. What are they going to end up doing?
Probably keep him.
Right, because it's the same old Dolphins.
Because of the money, but because of the money.
I don't know if it's
you're making a good point, but if we're building around them, we really want to look at what the team is going to be. And I'm with you, but they're going to keep them.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's why I said that's what's putting me in a grim situation, TD.
But you know, we might get shocked in the offseason and say, oh my God, we're crypto. Hey, you called it. And they see it exactly like you, and they felt like that was the bigger picture. But I think more so you talk trade instead. You know what I mean?
Right, I'm willing to do that. Sign and trade.
So that's
no,
why,
he's already signed, but you know,
that's why we at least still keep it on here, okay? And a matter of fact, I think the argument is at least reasonable to where we should just at least put them in orange, just so that we can keep remembering this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, TD,
because it's about Tua. Now, if we had Deshaun Watson, then because it's a different skill set.
Yeah. What is that? Trade Gaskins. We ain't there yet, man. Come on if you got a problem with this. All right.
Trade Gaskins.
Yeah, I got another.
I appreciate you, Crypto.
No problem. Thanks a lot, TD.
All right, man. Hey, man, when we do this on the defense, make sure you're around. All right.
Okay, cool. I'll be there.
Cool. All right. What you got for me, Triple S?
The other two things I wanted to bring up, I think Lynn Bowden at 5 below Parker is a little disrespectful. If anything, I would switch those just because of what we see. We haven't seen much from Lynn Bowden, but what we've seen is knowing the fact that they stashed him when they didn't have to, off of what the little they've seen and the little we've seen, the fact that those kind of match up for me.
Yeah,
I think he could be the 3, and I think that would be fair, or maybe even competition for the 3. And the two reasons for that is A, because I think we can tap into what he has, and then B, it will decrease the amount. So the way you have it right now, you have a question mark in wide receiver 1, the second one, and in wide receiver 3. It's going to be cheaper if you only have to fill the wide receiver 1 and then a wide receiver 5. The wide receiver 5 could be, 4th, 5th round pick. They could develop someone you like for the future. Whereas if you leave it how you had it with 2 of those question marks near the top, I think it's going to end up costing us a little bit more money. And
this was all semantics. This wasn't in a particular order.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just semantics, but I could switch that because I know based off of personal conversations with people how much they covet Lynn Bowden.
Yeah, I think he'll end up being probably the slot guy.
He's going to be highly used in our offense with Waddle, and we'll probably get one more great player and then another solid player. And if we do move on from Parker, which I doubt, think
of the way we use Waddle in the backfield. That's going to be Bowden as well. The way teams are using Deebo Samuel, we're going to start doing that with Bowden, with Waddle as well. So I think he's going to be. I think having him at 5, just every time I looked at it, it was kind of like I think he's going to be a higher than that. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I put him at 3 because, I understand what you're saying. I put him at 3 because, I mean, I know what you're saying, and Parker at 4 because we don't have the 5 yet to even know that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Give me the other.
The other one I was going to say, so we don't even have Shaheen's name. I understand you said we can move off him and save a little bit of money. But for me, it's just a guy that's already in. The system may change, but if it doesn't, knows the system, has a little bit of familiarity with Tua if we're building around him. And the fact that we
knows what system?
What do you mean?
What system does he know?
The one right now. That's what I said. If it changes,
I don't think we're running the same system. We cannot continue in the NFL with the gimmick system thinking that's going to be our offense. If we are going to make Tua an official NFL RPO quarterback, I'm wasting my time right now.
Well, to be fair, if I'm going to be honest, I think we're wasting our time either way. But this is a fun exercise. But I think no matter what we do, like you said, we're going to be the Browns. We're going to be good enough to not be good enough every year. Maybe best case we make the playoffs, but when we get into head-to-head with one of those all-star quarterbacks that we saw in the divisional round, it's not going to happen. But anyway, since we're going through this process, but yeah, okay, that's fair. Then the Shaheen is fair. Another thing I want to bring up, and I think this is my last thing, and then I'll head out. I'll let some other people hop in. The QB2, I think one important thing to note, and it was brought up yesterday, I think on one of your streams, the person can't really be a threat to beat Tua out. I know you were talking a little bit about some of the free agent quarterbacks that we could bring in to be the number 2. And it's a double-edged sword because you want to have someone, because Tua has injury problems, that can come in and potentially win a couple games. But most of those people will probably have the skill set to, even if they don't beat out Tua, to make it close enough. And some people are already soured on him, so that will give them the edge to think. You know what I mean? I think we need to draft the guy late.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off, but that's going to be the conversation of now let's start filling the holes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's going to come right after we do this same exercise with the defense.
All
right. So I appreciate it, bro. Thanks so much.
Thank you for the streams, man. You keep my mental health up a lot when times are rough. So appreciate you for that. And happy birthday, Hillary.
Stay up, man. You got my number. Hit me up if you need me. All right, man. We moving along. Good stuff, everybody. If you've already gone, you don't have to hang out backstage. Let me see here. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, Ryan, man, what you got on this?
What's up, TD? How are you? Happy birthday to your wife, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'm doing great, man. So we look at this. What's up, man? What do we need to change?
All right. Well, first thing I have to agree with you, Parker. You're 100% right. Our issue is offensive talent, and we don't cut offensive talent to save a couple million. So I agree there. So the one thing I would say about this list, because we've gone through a lot of positions I kind of was already going to bring up, is I would say my most important free agent sign, I think, for us is would probably be Trent Brown. If we don't get Trent Brown, then I think I would move Robert Hunt back to right tackle, because there are several centers and guards I like. And the point I was trying to make yesterday was go back. I know everyone's going to call me a 2 in the year, but I'm on 1 year with Tua, then move on. But if you go back and look at Drew Brees, his first 2 years were awful. He started to improve 3 and 4. And then when he got with Peyton, he turned the page, and coaching matters. And our coaching has been horrible. So we need to open up the passing lanes. So I'm totally against what Caller said. Continuity, not at all. I think center, left guard, right guard need to be the most important positions this free agency outside of weapons. So I would say if we don't get Trent Brown, the one thing I would disagree with is Hunt, and I would move Hunt to right tackle, because there's several guards such as Norwell and Lakin Tomlinson that I like that we could sign. Also like Ben Jones at center, or Jensen at center, or maybe a trade for Ruiz.
1 second.
Sorry.
So let's go one at a time. So do you want to try our best to get a right tackle, or do you prefer just moving Hunt there first anyway? Which do you want? Do you want a great right tackle with Hunt at the right guard, or do you want to just move Hunt over to the right tackle and go get a right guard?
I would like a great right tackle, but Ramczyk is going to cost too much cap-wise plus the pick, so I don't think he's possible.
So we're not talking about who to fill the spot and how much they'll cost. We'll get to
Yeah.
making those changes when we get to the money part. So right now
My-
on here, what do we change right now?
So I think a lot of the only thing I would change is the openings, and Gesicki I would probably make to cut. I was looking at some stats. He only played inside 6.4% of the times this season, and I really do think that kind of gives defensive coordinators a script on what we're going to be running that play, and I think that really hurts us. And there's several free agent tight ends that I think would be comparable to Gesicki or an upgrade that I like. So that's why I would do that, because I think if you could only play your position 6.4% of the time, it's kind of scripting what we're doing offensively.
Ryan, what do we change on here?
So I would take Gesicki off question mark, and I would I would put the transition tag on him, let him go unless we get a friendly deal. I would make Matt Collins guaranteed signing. So I would change the question mark there, because Matt Collins not only does special teams, he could be a red zone threat. We know he could step in. If we haven't learned anything from the last 2 years, offensive receivers, we think we're good every year. We go in, and by like game like 6 or 7, we have like 3 guys and then a bunch of people we're trying to put in place. So those are 2 things. And then I probably, just because of free agents, I would have to move Hunt to right tackle, because I don't think Brown's going to be gettable.
Yeah, so for the purpose of this show, it's not about who's going to be gettable and who's not. It's just based off of our needs now. And Gesicki isn't on here. He's just there as somebody that we already know. That's why the question mark remains, because we need to fill that position. But I want to keep Gesicki on your mind, on everybody's mind. All right. So I think we're good.
Yeah, we pretty much went through everything. So now I think we're at the point of who do we think we can fill the spots with?
No, we're not there. We're not there, because we got to go through other people and see what they think.
No, well, yeah, that's what I mean. But I would make Matt Collins. I would place him in as wide receiver number 6, no question mark.
All right, cool. All right, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man.
GG, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Talk to me, man. What's wrong on here?
See, what I would do, because I want to come back for when we fill everything in, but it all makes sense once we get to that part. But I would move Parker to 2. I would move Parker to 2, like not the second receiver, but the 2 ones as a starting receiver, because we might think he's a bust and all that, but they need weapons, and for him, he's a big physical receiver. So with him, he already has experience in the league, and especially when we get down to the red zone and we have trouble scoring, he could be a great red zone threat. So I think not having him on the field and pitting him in when we're in goal line is going to kind of tell what we're doing when we get in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you made a point that made me want to change something here, and y'all follow me on this change, okay? Because here's the reality. Do you think they want Waddle in the slot or the outside?
Put him in a slot, but if we go 2 receivers,
I
want him.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Because I'm asking everybody that. Do they want Waddle in the slot or the outside?
I would say the slot if we go 3 wide. If we go 2 wide, they're gonna want him in the outside starting with Parker.
Well, here's the deal. That's not the issue. Everybody's having the notion that we're gonna go get a top receiver. We're gonna go try to get trade for Calvin Ridley. We're gonna try to go get a Adams. We're gonna go try to get a Godwin. We're gonna go try to get a guy. Because the issue I have is if we go get another guy in Waddle, Parker can't be.
I don't think we're gonna get another guy, because they're gonna have to. If they go get another guy, they're gonna have to want to play for Tua. And if they think that Tua is not the guy that's gonna get them the ball, they're going to have to spend too much money to get said receiver. And that's still even if he wants to pick other teams that have quarterbacks for less money.
Now, we're going to have that conversation, though. See, I'm I'm glad you brought it up, but yeah, you're definitely for another stream, because what's going to happen is when we start spending money, we're going to start changing our mind and stuff when it starts going lower and lower. And we're going to have to keep going back and trying to figure out how we can make the puzzle fit to a solid team.
Right.
We're going to have to run out of money and say, we don't have a single freaking upgrade at tackle. So what tackle can we get, and what area can we get, shave off and get a less of a talent to get it right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think they should go all out on O-line, because that was the main problem that everybody was complaining about. So I think you can get secondhand weapons that get separation, and you could either fill that in the draft. They've shown that they can't really draft linemen. So with Tua being small and him needing to stay healthy, they need to go out on 3 good linemen.
Mm-hmm.
So if that takes up most of the money, that's going to have to take up most of the money, and we're going to just have to draft skill players or get in lesser talent at a skill player. That's why I said keep Parker at the 3 or the 2.
Yeah, so this is, and I'm going to make that change, and here's why. And we're going to talk about it, peeps, just in case y'all want me to change it back. But because what I think this team is going to do is really go get a legitimate receiver to pair with Parker and let Waddle stay in the motion in the slot, be motioning all day, all over underneath, just eating and killing people, running deep routes out of the slot, through the seam and everything, just stretching defenses. And I think Bolden's going to be another weapon that's going to be incorporated in that. We're going to get a number 5, and we're going to have a guy, maybe not Hollins, but a guy like him on the back end. This is what I think we're going to do. This dream of 2 great receivers, like everybody keeps, with Waddle, I don't think it's even realistic. I'm going to be honest with you. Money does add up. This is more to what they're putting. That's why I think they're definitely going to keep Parker anyway. And I'm saying make him a number 4, but the reality is they'll probably have a legit guy in Parker, Waddle running free underneath, Bolden sparing him and taking outside reps to spare other people, and the other guys are depth. That's what I think they're going to do, and Tua's going to have a really good receiving core. Now, I don't know if this is enough for those who say Tua never has weapons, because then because I don't want to hear people say Parker got hurt. Now you still got a number 1 guy in Waddle.
Yeah, but
we
if
don't
you got a good O-line
anymore, or we do have Gesicki. You see, because here's what I've been hearing all year. Tua's receivers sucked, but Waddle played the whole season just about, right?
Exactly.
Guys, how many receivers you want? Injuries happen. It's going to happen in the future. This is why you need a quarterback that, regardless of injuries, is still going to be able to make do with what he has. So if we're keeping Tua, we just going to have to create a core that all together still gets it done. Hey, babe. What's up? Hey, you looking beautiful. I love you. What's going on? Oh, everybody been showing you love? Oh my gosh, she says she ugly from ugly crying, so she ain't getting on camera. That's good, baby. They love you, okay? They've been telling me a lot about how they love you. Some other people sent some stuff via the stream. I'll tell you about it later to show love too, all right? All right. Love you. And babe, I'm probably gonna be another 15 to 20. Might even be 10 on this. And then well, I'll come in a little bit, all right? Give me a second. Let me see here. Y'all give me a second, because I want her to figure out what we because we're supposed to go out tomorrow for her birthday, but I still want to do something this evening. Matter of fact, y'all give me 1 second. Let me just check. Give me 1 moment.
wrong thing.
All right, my bad, y'all. Now I'm gonna wrap it up real soon because I want to go ahead and do some things, and then I'm gonna come back and do part 2. I don't know how long, maybe in an hour, maybe in 2, maybe in 3, I don't know, but we're gonna do part 2 tonight, which is the defensive side of the ball. All right, but GG,
let me ask you one thing.
What
do you think is more makes more sense and is the cheapest option? Paying instead of getting a top wide receiver, using that money to shore up the offensive line with a third offensive lineman and drafting a wide receiver in the draft?
Well, again, we're going to talk about that when we start talking about the money and who we could bring in and come to a realistic picture. Because a lot of people have an unrealistic picture. We need to do this. We need to do that. We can't really have that conversation till we start plugging in people. And then the people we plug in, we got to unplug because, oh, man, we still got all them holes. And that we need a cheaper one that's still solid. So it's going to keep moving until we all feel good about what we're doing. You see what I'm saying?
Because you can't, even if your weapons get open, if you can't throw it, then
exactly.
And we see that Tua need all the protection he needs.
But again, this is why I'm doing this with everybody's opinion, because a lot of people complain about the wide receiving core. If we don't change it much at all, just surefire in the O-line, we're still gonna get complaints about the receiving core. Look at who he was throwing. So we have to have these conversations. But appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me, bro.
All right, man. We got 2 more. We're going to try to be quick because I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to do the second part, which is the defense this evening. And once we finish the defense and we know how much money we got, it's time to do the fun one. Let's fill the holes. Let's look at the free agents available. Let's look at all of our draft picks so we can say which one do you want to use what on. You see, we're going to do this whole thing, all right? It's going to be a series, and this is part 1. OG Micro, what you got? What needs to change?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think we take 3 tight ends and put Deadman as the wide receiver 7, so we have a good punt returner, so we don't have Waddle or Javon Holland out there.
Deadman, $700,000, a returner. Get rid of one of the tight ends. It could be an option. As far as doing it though, I think that when you say get rid of one of the tight ends, I think we're gonna have to figure out who we bring in at tight end first to understand their strengths and weaknesses before we could just get rid of one, because what I'm seeing on the tight ends, you got one who can block, one who can pass catch. The other, we don't know because he ain't had much playing time, Hunter Long, even though he's supposed to be the catcher. So let's see what we fill in at tight end first. And then if we get somebody who's good at both and we still got Smythe and Hunter Long, then that would be a feasible option. Add a wide receiver 7 and go with a tight end 3 at max, and then bring Dedman back to potentially help run back some kicks. So that's an option.
I hear you.
And they have to want Dedman to run back some kicks.
Yeah. Are we gonna keep Carter? Stan Carter?
Ethan Carter, we already got him off. We got him nixed. It's too much savings to keep him, in my opinion.
So that's only 3 tight ends, right?
Right now, we got 2 on here, and we need to fill 2 positions. There's a chance that we may only be in the market to fill 1 if he can do both jobs. And they may consider something like what you're proposing.
All right. We'll see.
And again, that's if they even want Dedman to return kicks, because Lynn Bowden and Waddle, even though we're not going to want them to get hurt, kicks don't get returned often anyway, and you definitely want your best playmaker you can if you can. So we'll see. But I appreciate you coming through, man. Last one, Jerry J. Man. What we need to fix on here?
What's up, TD? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm gonna just go through it. I'm gonna go through depending on who we bring. I'm guessing by the coach candidates and kind of like the offense that they like to run, which I think is right now it's either McDaniel or Daboll. The tight ends, me. I've always been one of those people where I said I love Gesicki. I probably love Gesicki just as much as Jolie, but I know you said you got him as a question mark, but the guy that I would like to bring in that position would be David Njoku.
Well, we're not talking about who we're going to fill it with yet.
Okay.
That's gonna be like part 3.
Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah, that's gonna be part 3 or 4.
As far as okay then. So
this
the
is part
receiver,
1 on the offense to figure out who we even have. Part 2 is the defense. Just like this, we're going to do the defense. Part 3 is the financials. How much money do we have now? What is all the draft capital we have? And what are our priorities? That's going to be part 3.
Gotcha.
Part 4,
all right.
fill in the gaps on offense. Part 5, fill in the gaps on defense. Part 6, summarize it all.
So you but you don't mind if I just give a few player suggestions, do you?
I do. I don't want us to get too. I don't want us to get too far
ahead.
Yeah. One piece at a time. Get your mind on who's gonna be here and who's not, and how much money we're gonna have.
Seeing how Daboll and McDaniel uses their tight ends, I would think that when they come, Durham Smythe and Shaheed are going to be the guys because look at how they use them in Buffalo and the 49ers. Those guys block. And they block really well. So they're especially with somebody like Tua, you're gonna need to have tight ends that can block really good. As far as the wide receivers, like you and GG said earlier, I don't see you have McKenzie. You have McKenzie on the Bills, you have Deebo Samuel on the 49ers. This is just assuming. I know people are probably going crazy. This is just assuming that one of those two guys is our coach. I think they would use Waddle kind of like those guys. So the whole bringing in another receiver is probably out of the question. They probably just use Waddle kind of like that. He wouldn't be lined up. He'd be more in the slot, I feel like. O lineman, the O lineman I think is like you guys already went through that, so I don't really think I have to reiterate. I pretty much agree with what everybody said. But Parker, I would definitely keep Parker because I think a few weeks ago you said Tua's actually pretty consistent with Parker.
Yeah.
There is the assumption because we focus on the negative, and me, I'm a Watson guy, so this isn't me like being a Tua going crazy for Tua, but we do focus on the negative plays with him and Parker. But Parker has been a pretty consistent receiver for Tua. And it's not even just the 50-50 balls. I mean, I remember when you were breaking down, I forgot which game it was. It was one of the games mid-season, Parker's one of his few games back. And, just the quick slants. Tua was just hit him. And Parker was catching them. And that's something that we usually rely on Waddle for. So I would definitely keep. Yeah, I would keep Parker definitely, and that's pretty much it. I mean, when you get part to the people that we want to add, I'll probably join in. But
make sure you come back for that.
I got you, brother. Yeah. But as far as the guys that I would love to keep, definitely that, and I do agree with the interior linemen. Just keep whoever can spread because one thing I've noticed about Tua, especially you've pointed it out, whenever he tries to get away from pressure, he doesn't go out to his tackles. He moves up first. So you're gonna need guys that are really solid because Tua, if it's coming from his tackles, he can't see anything. But if you're coming from his guards, those guys, those are usually the guys that he does that weird Tua move where he kind of like dips his shoulder and he just completely just brushes him off.
Yeah.
That's why I would probably focus on interior O linemen. So whoever can get that 3 right there, center and the 2 guards, and have a consistent team where they all 3 of them are communicating and doing really well, then I think you don't need to focus on the tackles as much. Right tackle, of course, blindside, but you don't need to focus on the tackles as much as we think you do.
No, man, that's coming around that edge. Them the best players in the league. That's the issue.
Yeah, they are. But the thing is, Tua isn't the most mobile quarterback, but what do we praise him on? Pocket presence. You know what I'm saying? He feels that heat. But I've seen oftentimes where Jesse Davis gives up a big rush and Tua gets away from the guy, but then Austin Jackson's guy is right there in front of him and just takes the life out of Tua. And so that's why I said
you gotta secure them edges, because those are the primary one-on-one battles. In the interior, you get a lot of double teams and stuff on any given play. Them edges, man.
Oh no,
this is an edge league.
I definitely agree with that. But what I'm saying is, if we're gonna break the bank, I would probably focus more on the interior, and then the edges, I would get just solid guys.
Well, the issue is that's not likely, because most of the guys we got, even as backups that ain't playing, we got a lot of interior guys, and we're not happy with our tackles. I mean, put it like this: Austin Jackson is being relocated into an interior guy now. Solomon Kinley, interior guy. I think we move forward with Robert Hunt in your plans, if I'm not mistaken.
For sure, yeah.
Dieter, interior guy. You see, what are they going to do with Robert Jones? I'm just saying that the issue is really at the tackles position. At least you have guys that can compete for the interior.
For sure. You're absolutely right.
So it'll be hard to justify that based off of all the depth that you have, because if you put money in the interior, you still got to address the outside regardless.
Yeah, I was just giving that because
you'll be cutting some of these young players that's on rookie contracts, and that's not the most likely thing. But no, I appreciate it. Come back when we talk about that money, man, because I want you to add value to that. All right?
Yeah, I got you, brother, man. And tell your wife I said happy birthday, and multiple blessings to you and your family, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to pretty much conclude the part 1 of let's build around Tua Tagovailoa. Literally, I think we got a lot done. The offense is pretty much done of us identifying where we have areas of opportunity anyway. And I think we came up with $15.4 million in savings in the process that we're going to add on to our salary cap. So next up, we're going to do the defense at the bottom part of this, and we're going to keep it moving, man. We're going to do the defense, and we're going to keep it moving. Matter of fact, let me make this a little tighter and neater. All right, so we're going to do the defense and go from there. And once we're done with the defense, we're going to talk about the money and draft capital we have. Once we're done with that, we're going to fill in I'll keep you up on what each one is. Next up, defense. I think we as a group came up with a solid plan so far with who stays, who goes, and before we start building in that. Appreciate y'all, but the ending result is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on the offensive side of the ball that we're gonna have to replace, fill holes with, and many of them are not even backups. It's actually a lot of starters. Right tackle, center, left tackle, that's 3 starters, potentially 4th starter at the tight end 1. Wide receiver, a starter, that's 6. A running back, give or take. So about 6 of them going to have to be starters. So it looked like we're going through a overhaul on the offense, technically, with some depth that is familiar with what we're doing. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit your like button on your way out. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all maybe in the next, I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue. It could be in the next hour, it could be in the next 2, or it could just be tonight, but I can't guarantee you the time. But we're gonna do the defense hopefully today. And I'm gonna try to see if we can show my wife even some more love this evening. So love y'all, appreciate y'all. I will see y'all soon. Peace. I am out.